Sunday. Let's get this right. Let's get this off the screen. Let's kill this intro. Intro's done. All right. Make sure my sound is good. What's going on, everybody? We're here for another Browns game. We're going to see how things go. Let me see. Let me make sure it's good in my background. Adjust the light. I don't know if I like this light color. Let's switch this up. All right, my sound is good. Let's check this light color out. Blue ain't bad. What's that? Let's get this thing going. Good morning, Ms. Brown. How you doing? We getting one step closer to Shador playing. So, one step closer. I don't like this light. Let me get this a little bit brighter. Let's turn on the bright lights. There we go. That's a little bit better for me. All right, good. Just got finished watching the Jacksonville Jaguars and the LA Rams. Man, beast, when you get here, I don't know about your Jaguars, man. I thought they would get beat by I thought they would not win the division. That's good to hear, Ms. Brown. Glad to hear you're doing good. I thought that the Colts would win the division. I got a little nervous, but Trevor Lawrence is doing Trevor Lawrence things. They are not using Travis Hunter right. Matthew Stafford throws for 5 touchdowns. Travis Hunter doesn't play any defensive snaps. So just looking at that and just adding those things up, they're still figuring out their way and how they want to do things. So I just don't have the most faith in the Jacksonville Jaguars. They had me a little nervous, though. I ain't going to lie to you. I was a little bit nervous, but just watching how things play out and them still trying to work in Travis Hunter, I'm not as nervous as I was previously. So just getting everything set up here. Like, comment, and subscribe if you are here. 77% of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel. So 77%. Only 20-something% of the people that watch all my stuff are subscribed. 23% that is. So if you are here, if you enjoy the content every week, if you enjoy the live streams, for right now, I go live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sundays. We might get a little change now that we are rolling into NBA season, but I'll make that announcement sometime this week depending on how things go. If you want to guarantee that your voice is heard throughout the stream, you can support the show by hitting the Cash App. That's Offtharecorddee. The is THA. Also, the pin link in the chat, that is the PayPal. So you have some options to guarantee that your voice is heard throughout the show. This is going to be a live stream. We're going to be live streaming the entire Browns game. We'll even do a little bit of the post game. So we're here for the long call. We're going to be here at least 3 good hours. So if you just want to guarantee that you're heard, those are your means to guarantee that you're heard. I'm pretty active with watching the chat, but that's just a guarantee. I'll make sure I get those comments. It is rainy, windy, wet in Cleveland. When I see the weather on days like this really makes me excited that I don't live in Cleveland anymore. Just seeing the weather. So it's going to be a slugfest. It's going to be whichever team can stick to the principles and the basics of football the longest, that team will have success. We will see who's able to do that. Let's get some sounds of the game.
Lake Erie, we welcome you to the NFL on CBS. Today, the Cleveland Browns and the Miami Dolphins. The kickoff next on CBS.
All right, so kickoff is next. That means we're going to get kickoff in a couple minutes. All right, so 56% of the chat believes the Dolphins are going to win. Make sure you hit that poll. Let me know who you think is going to win. Which 1 in 5 team wins today, the Browns or the Dolphins? Right now, the Dolphins are leading 56% of the vote from the chat. So make sure you tap in and let me know. Let me know who you think is going to win. Let me know. Also, I've been looking at quarterbacks again, and everybody keeps saying, oh, man, the Browns going to get their quarterback. The Browns going to get their quarterback. I just want to tell y'all, I bet I was one of the first people to say Arch wasn't good. His fundamentals weren't there. He's way more comfortable as a runner. Now everybody is saying it, but I started that after week 1 when I watched this game. I watched him versus Ohio State. I was like, nah, it's not there. Then I went through the preseason consensus of players who were potentially in the running for #1 overall pick. So the Drew Allers, the Cade Klubniks, the Fernando Mendozas, the Lenore Sellers, the Garrett Nussmeyers. And I've been tracking these guys. I've been watching their games. And there's a couple of my takeaways. I had to kick a lot of people off the mountain that I do because they just weren't. It just wasn't worth me breaking down all their film. So Arch was kicked off the mountain. Cade Klubnik was kicked off the mountain. Garrett Nussmeier was kicked off the mountain. Lenore Sellers was kicked off the mountain. Drew Aller, unfortunately, was kicked off the mountain before his unfortunate injury. The mountain is down to Dante Moore, which he had a pretty good bounce back game. Not sure why they had him in late, and he threw that late interception when they were up so much. Fernando Mendoza is still in the run. They had a really good game. Got to break down his film tonight. Ty Simpson had a really good game. I broke down his film last night. Caden Proctor is the left tackle for Alabama. I was really paying attention to him since I was watching that matchup. And watching that game, I was like, man, this is a tackle that the Browns need. The problem is everything I can find says he's not draft eligible until 2027, which is odd to me because he played at Alabama in 2023, played in 2024. Now he's playing 2025. That will be 3 years removed from high school, so not sure what's going on there. But he will be one of those options that I will look at for the Browns at left tackle. We're about to get kickoff. Miss TN, what's going on? Oops. Press the wrong button. I don't want a thumbnail. I'm so used to my sound effects being right here. Let's get to it.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet...
All right, we got kickoff. Browns kickoff. Browns get the ball kicked off to them. Dylan Sampson on a return. I heard them say that. I heard them say today that their quarterbacks is not on their team or show early. Yeah, not really there like that. Not really there. Is Kent State still in the college football playoff? Maybe if they still had Gates, they might be in it. All right, let's get that box score. Yeah, the college quarterbacks.
Stefanski just looking to see if he can push the right buttons in what has been a hardly disappointing
start
for this Cleveland team.
Aditi was on the screen, and I didn't have it. I didn't have a plan. Let me get the game cast up. Arch was never him. Watch him playing in high school.
Mint is still $15 a month
what is
for premium wireless.
Stop hitting me with this Mint Mobile ad. Yeah, Arch is not like that. Arch really needs to work on his fundamentals. His base is always wrong. He's trying all these crazy arm angles. It's insane how they try to hype him up. And I'm like, man, who watched him? Who watched him?
Here he is now against the defense on paper, not quite as good, but he is going to.
All right, I'm not really seeing the rain coming down. Look like it's not that big of an impact early, so we'll see how it goes. They roll Dylan Gabriel out. And he just Dylan Gabriel just boots and goes outside. Harold Fannin and the right tackle ran into each other because it looked like they wanted to get that underneath to Harold Fannin.
Where does he? Yeah.
Good morning, Don. How you doing?
No, he was just.
Well, good afternoon, I should say.
He was swiping at the football. Really didn't have forcible contact.
Buenos tardes, everyone. Buenos tardes.
I think that's a good no call.
All right, 2nd and 4. Let's see what the Browns do.
No, Cleveland wants to lean on that ground attack. That has not been good. Lower third of the NFL till this point.
All right, so we're going to get 3rd and short. Quinshawn Jenkins just run for 2 yards. That's his first run of the game. Or 3rd and 3. Let's see what they're able to do.
This Dolphins defense have really struggled, especially with explosive runs. They are tied for most in the NFL.
That's a funny stat. Dolphins give up the most 10-plus yard runs, and the Browns have the fewest 10-plus yard runs. That's funny. Just how Kevin drew it up. Facts. Running into each other early. Raul, man. Hey, Raul, it's going to be a long day.
Scoring offense in the league. Last week, their lowest scoring game of the season, just 9 points.
All right, you got to get set.
50 yards of total offense against the Steelers. 3rd and 3. Handoff taken by Ford, and he is well short. And again, it's Jordan Brooks, who's been one of the heavy hitters in this Dolphins defense, as they're going to force a 3-and-out to begin. And the Browns are going to punt.
Yeah, and people aren't really.
Tony, what's good?
Stefanski, you know, those games with the rain, and I know that, you know, with Dylan Gabriel, he has experience playing in the rain.
This is going to be a long game, man. This is going to be a long game. A mistake that I think some people made going into this game, they just say, oh, the Dolphins are in turmoil. They're bad. The problem is the Browns, it's a blueprint out on how to beat the Browns offense, and that blueprint only gets more clear when they're not able to run the ball. When they know they want to only run the ball is what I should say. Bajorquez's punt drops into the end zone. Is the stadium packed? Dawn, the stadium from what I see is not packed. It is, Tua got a towel hanging over his shoulder. The stadium looks to be 75% full from what I can see. Stefanski stank. Can't argue with that. Zadrick, what's good? What's good? Same to you, man. What's good? Hope you're doing well as well. Brent, what's going on, man? Good to hear from you again. Brent, hope all is well out there with you. I feel like 12 may play today with the weather being bad. We're going to see. If it's just a slugfest and just an ugly game, a lot of running the ball, I don't know if he'll get on the field. I think the only way he gets on the field is if it gets out of hand.
He's looking forward to just playing football, eliminating all that noise against the tough defense.
With a swing pass to Von Achan, who has become the lethal weapon of this Miami.
So just to start the game, that's one of the differences that we already see. The Dolphins come out on their first play and throw the ball. The Browns were a little bit more conservative. They tried to throw something on a rollout to the right for Dylan. He ended up running it. So just two different approaches. Good afternoon. The starting QB for the Browns is Dylan Gabriel. Charlie Fry spotted at Progressive Field warming up in the bullpen. Hey, I'll take Charlie at this point.
Cleveland top 5.
Tell Charlie, come on. It ain't that far away. He can make it from Progressive Field to Huntington Bakefield in about 10 minutes. Zedrick, it's going to be a long day is how I'm feeling after that first drive. I don't want 12 to play under Stank. I can't disagree with that. I would want Tommy Reese to call the plays for when Shador finally gets his opportunity. Very talented start. I agree. At some point, you're going to have to throw the ball, so you might as well kind of get them comfortable early. Let's see what the Dolphins do here on 3rd and 2. They go 5 wide. They're not playing it safe.
One-on-one options to Achan against these linebackers.
Tua has a man wide open. They're going to get a first down. It's Malik Washington. Only his 17th catch of the season. We mentioned how good he.
At some point, you're going to have to throw the ball. You can't just – because if Miami starts scoring, the Browns are going to be forced to throw the ball. So you don't want to keep falling behind. You get the ball first. You go 3 and out, quick 3 and out. That's not the start you want for the Browns offense.
With Washington coming out behind. He's able to shield off the defender in man-to-man coverage.
Very nice drawn up play right there.
To move the chains on 3rd down.
Very nice play design.
Tua drops back. Tua takes his first shot. And this is going to fall incomplete.
Tua and the receiver weren't on the same page. He wanted the receiver to go deep. The receiver broke off his route. So, but they're not afraid to throw the ball. They're willing to send the ball downfield.
By the way, saw that he was basically every headline, and he said, "Oh boy," he knew that he had created a firestorm.
Tua looked like he's having trouble getting the play calls into him.
Listen, that can be tough.
Well, we're gonna pay attention to that and see how it goes.
Headline, and it's for something that wasn't for on the field purposes. It was off the field. And, you know, it's a tough situation. I know as a player, one thing that you don't love is when either a coach or
it's quick play right there to Etienne. They try to set up a quick screen. He drops the ball. How come Tua can see over the line and Gabriel can't? I think it's because they built this whole offense around Tua. So they build in easy reads for him, and then they split. The line actually splits to form throwing lanes for him so he can see.
Not a smart thing to do, but he took it on the chin. He's accountable. He's remorseful. And again, he just wants to get back to playing football.
Where the officials actually did rule that a fumble.
So that was a backwards pass. 3rd and 15. This is the position that the Browns want to be in. 3rd and 15. Let's see if that pass rush can get to Tua. They run a quick screen. And Alex Wright shuts it down. Great play from Alex Wright. That's what you want to do. You want to get them in 3rd and long. That's when the Browns defense can have an impact on the game. 4th down. They're going to be lining up the punt.
Defense, to me, again, it always starts up front. And Myles Garrett, he's the headliner. But as I look at this defensive line, they're getting a lot of good play across the board. They rotate a lot of defensive linemen. And a lot of those guys like Alex Wright playing their best football of their career in this year's version of the defense.
Let's see who we got returning punts.
Figures to be busy today. Gage Larvidan on the return crosses the
All right, Gage Larvidan is back after his injury last week with the concussion. He's returning the ball, so that's good to see Gage back out there. All right, so Dylan Gabriel's O-line at Oregon, average height was 6'4". He has no issues. Charles Madsen, I would have to disagree with you. Dylan Gabriel, if you just go back to the Pittsburgh Steelers game and you watch the All-22, he is throwing into places where he cannot see defenders. He tried to do a check down into the flat. He almost threw an interception because he couldn't see the defender who dropped back right up under it. So it's easy to say a blanket statement. Oh, he has no issues because his offensive line was tall. You have to look at the type of offense that Oregon ran. The Oregon's offense was all about splits. They run a lot of screens. They run a lot of misdirection. They do a lot of things to make sure he can see. They will roll him out. So it's just the offense was tailored to his strengths. This offense is not fully tailored to Dylan Gabriel's strengths. That's the difference. I don't think the Browns line is creating good windows. I don't think so either. It's not natural. They're going from a right-handed quarterback who can see anywhere on the field without doing anything different to a left-handed quarterback who can't see the whole field. So they have to, it has to be schemed up with how they're going to block so he can see the field. Phantom will have a big game. We're going to see, because now without Njoku, we're going to see if they kind of key in more on him, because Dylan likes to throw to tight ends and running backs for Dylan to see. Yeah, I agree with you, Zedric. If you just look at the missed throws he had, it's usually because he just doesn't have a passing lanes. And it's a left-handed quarterback. They're trying to, that first rollout was him rolling out to the right, but it's not as natural for him to roll out to the right as it is for him to roll out to the left. So you just got to tailor a whole offense to him. Now, if they tailored the offense to him starting in the offseason, he would have a better feel for it, but they tailored it to be generic so they can just swap any QB in and run it the same way, and that's having its impacts on the game. We're going to see on this next drive. Browns got the ball. Let's go.
On Sundays with the NFL on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Also, I did something smart this week. I put NFL Red Zone on my TV so I can look to my right and also see all the games. Why was Shedeur sacked 6 times versus the Rams in preseason, 1 sack for 25-yard loss? Because the offensive line was not good, and also they schemed up routes that could not beat cover 1. That's why. Why was Dylan Gabriel sacked 5 times last week? Just questions, man. I think you are, Charles, coming in for some reason to defend Dylan Gabriel like somebody is crushing him. I don't think you need to do that. All we got to do is watch the film, watch the games, and just take it from there. This may be a test for Fannin to see if he's worth it to get rid of Njoku. I agree. I don't think if I was them, I would not get rid of Njoku. If you look at when they run split zone up the middle, Fannin is the crackback and Njoku is the blocker on one side. That's when they had their best run plays up the middle.
Been able to put it together, and it's been tough times.
Gabriel, quick release.
All right, quick screen to Judy. They can't block it up. He doesn't really get much, just a couple yards there.
Last week, the 11th straight game in which Cleveland has fared to score even 17 points. Just to further iterate just how hard it's been for this offense.
All right, so 3rd and 9. This is it. Did you catch the Jazz game? Yep. Yeah, as I was getting ready, I was watching that game.
Stefanski looks down on 3rd and 9.
Yeah, you look at those options.
What's up, Marie?
You know, Jerry Jeudy should be your lead receiver. He's had 1,000 yards in his career. Harold Fannin, the tight end, could be a target. Dylan Sampson out
Charles, what we doing, man?
Not in the game right now, but
what we doing, man? Do you want to talk about the Shador Dylan Gabriel thing, or you want to talk about what's happening in front of us right now, man? What are we doing, man? What are we doing? Shador is not playing in the game. Dylan Gabriel is playing right now. We speaking on what Dylan Gabriel's doing. What are we doing, man? Yeah, Zedric, I'm surprised too. A wide receiver screen. It's almost like they never had him in the playbook. Shador takes bigger sacks than anyone runs backwards. He would have lost. What are we doing? Steve, Charles, what are we doing? I'm curious. What are we doing? We have a game where Shador is not playing, and y'all keep going back. What are we doing? 3rd and 14. Let's see what the Browns do here.
And again, they did not draft an offensive lineman in the draft in April, which took a lot of people by surprise. Gabriel on the run, trying to get it out to Thrash. There is another flag thrown as Bradley Chubb was coming with the pressure for Miami. And
I guess Dylan just threw the ball away there to not take the sack, and Shador might have got sacked right there. I don't know. I don't know what Charles and Steve are doing, man. Y'all got.
Left the pocket, illegal contact, defense.
Ooh, they catch a big break right there.
Automatic, first down.
Big break right there. Illegal contact, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down. Big break right there for the Browns.
Illegal contact.
56 is eligible.
On the edge, and he's rushing to get chipped. I don't see illegal contact.
Why is he so off target on the run? I noticed that too the last couple of weeks, so I'm not sure.
And it gives Cleveland a fresh set of downs.
Unless it's an injury, I don't see him playing today unless it gets really ugly.
Jack Jones saw his snaps decrease a little bit last week, but
Move
he
the
makes
chains.
just a heck of a play.
I like that we are trying to run the ball differently. Looked like it came out funny. Yeah, I don't know if it could be footing in this game. It's going to be hard for him to roll out and get his footing.
Yeah, there's a contact past 5 yards. So Fannin, the offensive player, that was on.
I think why they want to get rid of Njoku is the money. Yeah, I agree it's the money. I just don't know if we have 2 tight ends behind who can actually do what they're capable of doing. Woo! My bad. I didn't mean to. I'm stating facts. Let the game play out instead of saying negative things. Okay. So, Steve, this is what we're going to do. I won't tell you what to say as long as you don't tell me what to say. That's how we'll do it. You can say whatever you want to say. I'll ask you a question, but I don't play the I tell you what to say, you tell me what to say. You got to go somewhere else with that.
He doesn't end up with that interception.
Charles and Steve are obvious haters. Yeah, Donna, you see it.
Careless ball from Gabriel.
Where's your sense of adventure?
Yeah, that's why I kind of made that noise, Zedric. I thought that was a pick.
As they work from the 42 back to the ground game, the rookie, let's check in downstairs.
Better run and play there. Any live stream services to watch this on? I go through YouTube. This is on I go through YouTube TV, and then I bought the NFL package. Nobody is a hater.
Indeed, last year, Dede career
I don't know, man. We'll let the chat decide if they see what I see.
The drop issues have been among the headlines so far this year as he makes his first big contribution against this Miami defense. Little play action, boy, looked like some confusion, and there's a flag. Football is loose.
What
Miami
is this?
falls on it. So we got all kinds of things happening here. Zach Sealer.
Yeah,
Are they going to get him
I think
maybe a little bit high with that contact?
I think he little Macho Man Savage clothesline. Entertaining for
Personal
WWF,
foul.
but
Roughing the passer. Defense number 92. It's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
Yeah, it used to be KT. It used to be Stream East, but they shut
it's a tough
they
call
shut
because you
Stream
see that he
East
makes
down.
Contact with the helmet, and just when he makes contact, he realizes.
I was appreciated Marie. I wasn't even paying attention to him because I was just like, "What are we doing?
You see that?
What are we doing?"
Official staring right at it. 2 big penalties on the Dolphins, and look, I like, up front they don't create a lot of negative plays. The Miami Dolphins defense, and you've seen a couple times on this drive where the front 4, front 7, they've been active and they've been able to get into that backfield, but the mistakes. You basically bail out the Cleveland Brown offense.
That's the second time in 2 weeks that we've seen some confusion on rollout plays, so they got to get that under control. Then they got roughing the passer there, so they're getting it upfield. So we're gonna see what happens if they can take this in for a score.
Capitalize now with the Browns. Man in motion is Judy. Long setback Judkins, the rookie. Finds a seam.
All right, pushing the pile. Yeah, they. You know what? You know what's funny, KT? Stream East got shut down right as all of these, right as Fox had their app, right as ESPN did their app. So as soon as everybody went to the app version, Stream East got shut down. So I don't think that's a coincidence. Yeah, this is not a bad drive so far. This is when you got to capitalize when you have the defense making mistakes. You got to capitalize on it.
Most of the game, but 5 runs that accounted for over 100 yards at the wrong time.
Oh, good cut to the outside. There you go.
First down and more, taking out all comers.
Somebody needs to be timed out. Who needs to be timed out, Ms. Brown? Let me know.
And Judkins rings him up for 17.
Yeah, and Jones, he's got we call it crack replace. You see Thrash, he goes inside to block the safety.
it's.
You see Jones, and then what was the Cardinal sin right there, Spiro? Can you spot it?
Quinshon Judkins had the ball in the wrong hand. If Quinshon Judkins had the ball in the outside hand, he could have stiff-armed the guy yards.
And Judkins shows off the wheels to get outside.
I was never good at pop quizzes. Maybe give me another chance later.
I got that one from the late Johnny Cochran, Spiro.
Minimal pickup there. Robinson on the tackle.
Yeah, this should be a very big game for Judkins if they use him correctly and then also keep that balance there. They got to be able to build off of his run game and pass the ball good, just to stay in the game. They don't want this game to get out of hand.
All right, Adam, let's see if Cleveland can do what the Kansas City is doing, scoring the red zone, where it has been a struggle to say the least.
I don't agree, James. I would say it's definitely football things that you could do better to play better. I don't know if Kevin Stefanski is getting to those football things, but I wouldn't just write off and say it's going to be the same.
Nice little compliment to Judkins.
Play calling has been funny in the end zone. Is it okay to be a Gabriel fan here?
Gets his first real touch. Again, the red zone struggles. Top of mind.
Charles, you funny, man. You funny. You could be a fan of whoever you want to be. It's just if you came here to argue, nobody's going to argue with you. That's the difference.
He's a guy at 6'4" that could be a target. Harold Fannin, we talked about, he's 6'4".
3rd and 5. Let's see what we do here. This is money time. Money time on 3rd down.
Their success, if they will be successful, is going to be how well they run the football throughout.
Oh, man. Oh, no.
It slipped out of his hands as it falls incomplete. We saw a man down with Chubb coming with the pressure again for Miami. And on 4th down, Stefanski is going to go for the points.
Yeah, Tyrell Dodson, number 25.
Look at the top of the screen on this play.
I couldn't quite tell who the.
It was Judy.
Yep, Judy.
That should have been a hold.
Dodson, he's trying to get out to his back.
That should have been a hold on the defense at the top of the screen. It looked like I couldn't see the receiver's number was running like a zig route, and when he tried to break out, the receiver just grabbed and held him. That should have been a hold, but we'll see what we get here. The people that's talking mess, Judy got bumped. Yeah, it could have been 2 flags on that play. Schmidt makes the kick. All right, Browns lead 3-0. Yeah, it could have been 2 flags on that play. On that last play, could have been two flags.
The Browns up 3-0 late first quarter.
That's what they got to do. They got to capitalize when they have to capitalize. Russ trying to bail Gabriel out. They got to capitalize when the Dolphins make mistakes. The Dolphins clearly made mistakes on that drive. When the defender hit Gabriel in the head after he released the ball, you can't hit him in the head. That's just easy. Super easy call for the refs to make. Also, when they held Fanning on the play after that, they kind of bailed the Browns out, but the Browns got to take advantage of it. Yeah, they got to get Judy going. I like the receiver screen to him early. Get him some things. All right, bet. Zedric, they got to get him comfortable doing things he feels the most comfortable with. So I like Kevin Stefanski opening up the playbook, get into the wide receiver screen early. That's the type of stuff you want to see. You want to see those type of things to show that you are open to trying to have answers. I don't subscribe to, it's nothing you can do. It's nothing the Browns could do. I don't subscribe to that. To me, I think that's a loser's mentality if you just accept defeat before it happens. I don't subscribe to that. I don't live that way. So I think there are football things that the Browns could do better to play better and have better games. 44. Fannin, this is going to be a challenge for Fannin because this is going to be the first time, instead of them putting the better safety or the slot defender on Njoku, that guy is going to be on Fannin. So we're really this is a big test for Fannin to see if he is going to be the one who can win those matchups. In Minnesota, we saw David Njoku win matchups a lot versus slot, versus safeties, versus linebackers. Unfortunately, weren't able to get them the ball as much as they could, but we're going to see if Fannin can also win those matchups. Stefanski coaching for his football life today. I totally agree. Maybe at halftime, Beast set me up with a great question a couple weeks ago. I said there's one thing that Stefanski could do where he would end up getting fired, and it's the one thing that's happening. So I'm going to probably play it at halftime. I'll get to that clip where this was 2 weeks ago where I called the one thing Kevin Stefanski couldn't do. Dylan is no good in the red zone. He wasn't good in the red zone in like training camp and rookie camp. So it's definitely something they got to figure out a way they got to scheme it up. So anytime you have a quarterback or a player that has deficiencies, that means the scheme just has to be 10 times better to make up for it. Dawn, the weather is bad. So it's raining, winds up to 35 miles an hour. So it's a wet field. So weather conditions are pretty rough.
Faced with, they've negated him the last couple of weeks.
Well, when you look at it, he is getting chipped 31% of the time this year. And so what does that mean? What's the context? Last year, he was chipped 21% of the time. And if you take the average throughout his career, he was chipped 13% of the time. So he still commands a ton of attention. And he's the type of guy, like all the great ones, who can go 3-4 sacks in a single game and make up those numbers.
Come on, man. You got to get him down. He's too fast. My goodness.
Speed, Tyson Campbell maybe saving a touchdown as Achan on a slick surface burns him for 46.
Watch this block here, I believe, by the rookie, Savai Anea, who's able to just
he got on Carson Schlesinger.
That backer, and what a play by Tyson Campbell.
Tyson Campbell saved the touchdown.
You already know his speed. It's
the only delay if there's lightning, correct. Yes, that is correct.
To run him down, that is a huge play for both teams.
That gets the Dolphins in business from the Cleveland 32. Tua faking the handoff. Tua, beautiful little pass, puts some air under it. As Jalen Waddle finds the seam. We talked to Jim Schwartz yesterday. It's going to be first.
Etienne, he can just blow this game open with his speed for sure. One of the fastest guys. That's somebody I'm nervous. I'm nervous for him to get to the outside. But it's a good sight seeing Tyson Campbell able to run him down and save that touchdown.
And you have to be real careful with how you play your edges. Just being out there isn't good enough. You have to cut off the field.
Just like that, the Dolphins are already in the red zone.
The tight end, and then was able to get to the outside again. Great run.
The chances that Shedeur plays today, I would say 5%.
So suddenly now this Miami offense showing some life. As Ollie Gordon blown up, just trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. Isaiah McGuire among the tacklers for Cleveland. Final 27 seconds. Mike
Man, that was a pretty fast
Kevin
first quarter.
Stefanski, guys.
22 seconds left.
Back a long, long time.
Let's see if they're actually going to run the play.
To run a play here. Let's see how they handle this on 2nd and 11.
How are we going to try to just draw them offside, Squirrel?
Yeah, I don't know if they've run the play. They would have ran it already.
You cannot fall for the banana in the tailpipe if you are.
Yeah, they're not running the play. Yeah, Etienne is having a really great year. I like his speed. They use him in the pass game. They really use him really well. They use him really well. They get him out in space. So even though they did lose speed with losing Tyreek Hill, they have other ways of scheming guys open and taking advantage of their speed. So, I mean, we just see the difference. We see the difference of how they got down the field and how the Browns got down the field. Why not split the playing time between Gabriel and Shedeur? It's really only been one time I can remember in the history of the NFL where they rotated quarterbacks, but you need a really strong leader in place. That was Bill Walsh. If you go back to a very young Steve Young and Joe Montana, Bill Walsh was rotating them back and forth. So he had full control. He was the coach. He was the president. He had full control, and the team was all bought into him. You need a really tough head coach to rotate quarterbacks back and forth, and you need a very solid plan. You got to be really transparent. I think that's something that could have worked if they would have made that plan in the offseason. If they would have started the offseason and said, Shedeur, you're going to start, or Dylan Gabriel, you're going to start game 1. Shedeur, you're going to start game 2. We're going to alternate. Then they would share ideas. They would work together. It wouldn't be a competition. As soon as you put the word competition in there, that's where it's may the best man win, and you're not going to get them sharing ideas. Even Joe Flacco was like, oh, I'm not here to help and do all these things. So that's what happens. Great viewership so far. Like, comment, and subscribe. I go live 4 times a week. 77% of the people who watch me on a regular basis are not subscribed. Hit that subscribe button. Stefanski looks nervous. Yeah, it's a big game. This is a big game for Stefanski. Or I don't know what you talking about. I don't know what you talking about. We rolling into the second quarter. Dolphins have the ball, 2nd and 11. They're in the red zone. They're at Cleveland's 17-yard line. We're going to see if the defense can hold up or if they're able to, get in for a touchdown. Game is back. Let's go.
Quarterbacks since all the way back September of 2006. Michael Vick, Chris Sims. Yes, Tua kind of was more excited about going against the left-hander than he was about a fellow Hawaiian.
Ooh, Etienne falls there. Bring it 3rd down. I think we'll start at halftime. Bucky isn't filming the game for nothing. I saw Bucky was there too. I saw the video they released last night. I don't see it happening.
They have an elite red zone
Oh, we're talking about. Okay, got you. Okay, R, I got you now. We're talking about the 2 quarterback switch out combinations. Got you. Okay, Cowboys did with Danny White and Hoga Boom. I wasn't familiar with Hoga Boom, so I was lost there for a second. But shout out, appreciate that R for getting me right. All right. Good play. Good play by Ronnie Hickman. We're going to hold them to a field goal attempt.
And Mike McDaniel's going to send out his kicker.
But that timing and that ball placement was exceptional from Tua. And
Yeah,
You know, I
that was a
think
great throw by
quarterback
Tua. He threw it where
receiver, I
only
do
his
know this,
receiver
that
could catch
playing
it.
football in the rain, it's more
Where's my mouse
difficult
at?
for the receivers than it is for the quarterbacks to throw the football. But that was a ultra tight window.
Why the mods not removing the spam? I don't know. It's so many people in the chat. I'm not really seeing the spam. Dolphins tie the game up. Because usually my bot is on top of it. So on my end, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing a bunch of spam on my side. Who's the QB for the Browns right now? The QB for the Browns right now is Dylan Gabriel. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Shirley. I appreciate that. Now, if your comment is a little bit longer, my chat bot will delete longer comments. But I appreciate you, Miss Shirley. Thank you for subscribing. And yeah, that was a great idea, Judah. Or no, who gave me that? Miss TN. Let me change that. Let me see if I can do that. Let me go through it on this timeout. Yeah, Dylan Gabriel got to figure out how to get some points on the board. Okay. I'm trying to figure this thing out live. Let's see if this works. Settings saved. I tried to change it to subscribers only. Let me see if it works. If it doesn't, I'll try it again. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Something for me to do during this timeout. Like, comment, and subscribe, everybody. This is a record number of people in here for a Browns game. So shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all being here. Let's see. We are back. Tied up 3-3, 14-14 to go in the second quarter.
All tied at 3 as we welcome you back inside the booth. Spiro and Arch, Aditi working the field. We wondered how the rain would factor in. What have you seen so far from these two offenses?
Well, I've noticed that you're a little bit, you know, extreme in the vest. It's not even that cold out here.
Says the guy who wore a coat this morning.
There's no rain coming in our booth, and you're sitting here like.
I'll take it off. I'll take it off.
Yeah, you southern.
I disappoint you.
You Southern Florida cats, man. Golly.
First quarter.
You think QB2 skin color and name playing a factor? Why no playing time?
Nah. These conditions are going to affect the game plan for both football.
Definitely not skin color, because I don't want to shortchange people who actually been through situations based on their skin color and try to put that as a reason with no way to verify if that is a reason. So I'm not just going to diminish what other people have been through to try to figure out why they're not playing Shador. That's not a reason I'm going to say, just with no proof. I think that the reason why he's not playing is because we
do love us some AFC South. How about that start for the Titans?
Kevin Stefanski believes in Dylan Gabriel more than him. That's what I think.
We will be keeping close tabs on that one as Dylan Gabriel comes back onto the field for the Browns. So the ground game and Judkins.
All right, so they are trying some different things. They are switching up. How they're running the ball, how they're trying to attack them. They had 2 running backs in the backfield on that play. So Kevin Stefanski is trying to open it up. We will see if this turns out to him having any success or not.
I'm not out there on the field playing. I'm not throwing. I'm not catching. But it is, to me, it's a bit of a conservative game plan. I think you watch how at least the Dolphins are operating in their passing offense, a little bit more aggressive with Tua throwing the football. I thought the Browns really were bailed out by a couple of penalties. But I'd like to see the young kid, the quarterback, I'd like to see him throw the ball down the field a little bit.
Gabriel again threads the needle. This is
Corley. Okay, we see him getting in the game.
He picks up 17 as Corley has his first catch of the season.
Is the weather getting worse? We're just making sure she does get stuff.
Slick little play design. Corley, number 83.
It doesn't look like it. It looks very similar to how the weather was when pregame.
He's going to flash just in front of
I agree completely with what you said. Yeah.
But that's a really
I think he prefers Dylan Gabriel more.
Corley was a guy who taken third round by the Jets last year, cut at the end of their camp in August. And signed just a couple of days
All right, they
later.
rolled Dylan Gabriel out to the left. He's just going to boot out. They had it covered up pretty great.
Jalen Phillips forces him out of bounds. Arch, we sat with Gabriel, first time we're seeing him up close, and you sit with him, and it's obvious, A, how smart he is and how grounded he is, level-headed. You see the traits that Stefanski and Andrew Berry and all those
Tim got to run hard. Yeah, we got to get him in. The thing that I'm not seeing that I really want to see is I want to see them run plays that mirror exactly what they do in the run game. The boot outs that they're running for him, they're not mirroring the play calls that work on running downs. So it's very easy to identify, oh, that's a boot, that's a pass. Not that it looks exactly the same as when they are running the ball.
Then the trade, Flacco benched, so it has been a whirlwind already.
It's tough.
The young 24-year-old rookie.
Cool, let him keep his Dylan. Of course, they switching it up. As the coach's job is on the line. Switch it up and try 12. Yeah, he's opened up the playbook, and this is him opening it up and just inclement there. So he feeling the pressure for sure.
And calmly try to do the right thing.
On 3rd and 6, Miami rushes 5.
Oh, no, that was on the ground.
There is a flag thrown right at the end of the play. Harold Fannin was the intended target, so Davis makes the pick, but this is a potential defensive penalty against
Pass
Miami.
interference. Defense number 29. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. It's first down.
So it's Minkah Fitzpatrick, Arch, already the 3rd defensive penalty against the Dolphins.
I think this one is tough.
Let's see the play.
Fitzpatrick here in the slot. He's playing trail technique. He is underneath. He has the outside leverage. He wheels around, and I don't love. I mean, he's blanketing Fannin right there.
Well, you see right there the hook of the arm.
Yeah, but the ball is, I think it's calling it pretty fine.
Now, some of the other plays, I was like, hey, the Dolphins made that penalty. That one, that was a questionable call right there, but I'm going to take it. All right, this is a big play. Junkins breaking it. Let's see that breakaway speed. Touchdown for Junkins. Let's go. No, don't take your helmet off. Don't take your helmet off. Yeah, that was a big run. Big run by Junkins right there. Junkins, why your helmet off, man? That could be 15 yards.
Minkah Fitzpatrick is the man who missed the tackle, and it looks like it is Fitzpatrick who's still down. Now it looks like he's going to slowly get to his feet. And right there, you see what makes this kid Judkins so special. Finds a crease, puts his cleat in the ground. One cut, and he is gone for Cleveland.
Right,
I tell you, this is a great piece of work.
There's a touchdown. There is no foul after the play.
By Teller and Leviston.
Oh, yes.
Great piece
of
work
man.
Inside, and then that's what you want to see. You want to see number 10.
That was a great design right there. They got to the second level. They opened up that lane for Quinshawn. Quinshawn took it all the way home. So that was just a great play design they got right there. Minkah Fitzpatrick injured on the play. He doesn't have his helmet on. He's running to the sideline. So we're going to see. Keys to victory. The way the Browns win this game is Quinshawn Judkins. They got to keep it balanced on offense to open up those plays for Quinshawn Judkins. The Miami Dolphins are not good at stopping the run, so you definitely can't get away from it if you Kevin Stefanski, especially with the way that Quinshawn Judkins is running. So you got to keep going back to it. See, I don't like my light color. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, so 364 votes. 56% of the chat says they're going for the Dolphins. Angie, the score is 9-3. The score is 9-3. The Cleveland Browns are winning 9-3. I don't believe they have attempted the extra point yet. I think it was due to injury. That's the reason why they haven't attempted the extra point yet. So after the break, we should see. After the break, we should see attempt the extra point to put it up 10 if Andrew Smith makes the kick. It's on commercial break right now. That's why we don't have any sound. Shout out to all of y'all for being here. Mixing up play calling. Yes, definitely. He threw an interception and they called it back. That previous play, I'm a Browns fan. I'm going to take the penalty, but that was a weak pass interference call that they called. That was weak. But I'm going to take it because it worked out for us. Is Shedeur in the game? No, Shedeur is not in the game. Dylan Gabriel is currently in at quarterback. Dylan Gabriel is currently in. There was an injury on the play, so they went to a commercial break. And when it goes back, we should be attempting a field goal kick. Chico for the Browns, QB number 2, if they only knew. Hey, I wanted Shedeur at pick 2. What do I think of Gabriel? I think Gabriel has limitations. I think there's certain things that he could do, but I think in high-scoring games, I think that's when his limitations show. Are we back? We are attempting the extra point.
Performance against Minnesota in London.
Anticipate Mike McDaniel will be fired tomorrow if they lose this game. Yeah, that has been the word. The word is he's out of a job if they lose. Yeah, they are helping the Browns today. Yeah, see the first two penalties.
We guarantee our net.
The first two penalties that on the first drive that we got the field goal on, I think those were penalties. On this last drive, I'm telling you all, I'm a Browns fan, so I'm going to take that penalty, but I don't think that was pass interference on that play for a Seattle fan. So what do you think of Gabriel? Yeah, I think Gabriel is the easiest way I can describe Dylan Gabriel is think he's just a guy. I think Dylan Gabriel is just a guy. I think he's a cog in the wheel. I don't think he's the wheel. I don't think he's the person who will elevate a team. I don't think he's going to really – he hasn't shown he's the reason why your team is just going to have no success and be turnover prone like Geno Smith. So I think he's just somewhere in the middle. I will watch when Shedeur is in the game. These next two games are going to determine that. These next two games. What's the score? Score is 10-3. Browns are winning 10-3. The Browns are about to kick it off to the Miami Dolphins.
6-yard touchdown run. Archie mentioned the long 20-plus yard runs that this Miami defense has given up again. That rears its ugly head.
Yeah, that's. I mean, if you. Oh, fumble on the play. Fumble on the play.
Cleveland's got it.
Wow.
Just a massive hit. Estridge couldn't squeeze it, and Cleveland has it taken away on special teams.
Who made that hit?
With the recovery as Estridge was
Who made that hit? Yeah, Cleveland got it back. Dang. I guess
look at that pop. Inside on
Marie, you just read my mind. I guess when you think it's really bad, I mean, we could. That's Grant Delpit who knocked the ball out, who forced the fumble. Yeah, I guess it could be worse than Cleveland. I thought it could be worse than the Browns, but Miami, they got it worse than us.
As Cleveland gets it with a short field.
Well, listen, in a game like this, with the weather the way it is, it may not be an offensive explosion of fireworks, but complimentary football.
The Browns are going to win this game. They're messing up bad. Yeah, it's one of those. I didn't think it could be worse than the Browns, but man, Miami is definitely taking the cake for the worst team.
This is exactly what Myles Garrett told us on Friday when we sat with
Appreciate that, Medora. Yeah, we gonna get to see Shedeur. I think we're gonna get to see Shedeur this year. I think we have to see how the next two games go, how this game finishes out, and how they do against. We got to see how they do against the Patriots.
That's because most every player is wearing the 7-stud cleats, but it's draining exceptionally well. The Bermuda grass, no issues there, no puddles.
All right, 2nd and 8.
Wearing her 7 studs.
This is Jenkins buried.
Man, that's a rough hit.
Kind of crumpled underneath. Looks like he's okay. By the way, we walked out of the hotel this morning. First thing Aditi said was she was complaining that it wasn't raining enough.
Yeah. 3rd and 11. See, this is where when you get these extra possessions like this is where Kevin Stefanski has to be more aggressive. Running on first down, get 2 yards. Running it on second down, losing yards because they selling out from stop the run. Only to go into a 3rd and 11. Kevin Stefanski, his natural inclination is to play it safe. You can't do that.
So good here in Cleveland. 3rd and 11. So officially they.
We got him to jump. Gets it to Harold Fannin. Harold Fannin gets the first down.
What an effort. Knew exactly where that marker was, and he's
Fam, we got a lot of football left. Don't count Miami out just yet. I'm not counting them out. I'm not saying the game is over. I'm just saying they're making terrible mistakes.
So Harold Fanninarch, 4th among all rookies in rec yards.
Yeah, I know Miami's a mess right now. It's just, it's one thing to hear that how bad it is. It's like you see Tua and you watch him in press conferences, you can hear that the team is fractured. But when you see it playing out on the field, it just looks different. It looks bad. It looks really bad.
Gabriel puts a man under it, looking back in Fannin's direction as they convert on a 3rd and 11. And Arch, you've seen this.
Gabriel's ball placement isn't what they said it was. I agree. And they keep rolling him out to the right. Ace, no, I can't show the game. I'll get a copyright strike for that. They keep rolling Gabriel out to the right, and he is really struggling to throw the ball and get it where he wants to go and rolling out to the right. I think they got to kind of limit how much they are rolling him to the right. They have to.
Executing their details much better than the details of the Miami defense.
Miami definitely playing to lose. Yeah, I agree with that. They're playing losing football.
Short up. Otherwise, this is the type of game that could start to unravel.
A little bit of a short snap. Gabriel, nice job to go down low for it. Gets it to Judkins as they avert what could have been a disaster.
I think this is going to be a rush in the passer, but it was a zone read.
To the 30.
But I think you can still hit the quarterback on a zone replay. Let's see what happens. Might be another 15-yard penalty.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 15.
Yeah, another 15 yards.
Will be added on to the end of the play. It's first down.
Boy, that's just huge. Jalen Phillips.
The Dolphins are crumbling so far in this first half. Tua went at leadership last press conference and had to apologize. Yeah, he said something that was very key. Tua said in that press conference that guys are showing up late or not showing up to players-only meetings. That means that they don't believe in Tua. So that's on him. And he had to come back and say, oh, he tried to blame the media, but it was like, nah, you said that unprovoked, so that's on you. Browns got a chance to make this a 2-score game. Yeah, it's looking tough for him to complete a pass to his right. Looks like the refs are definitely helping the Browns out. Wow. Yeah, some questionable calls for sure. Even as a Browns fan, I would say.
They've held up steady, but it's the 4 or 5 big run plays that they've give up.
I can't wait for Flacco and the Bengals to play the Browns and hope Shador is the starting QB. Hey, it's going to be later in the year, so he might be.
Go back to last week against the Chargers.
I thought that Harris Room Sports was good.
Really, for most of the game,
Harris Room, I did a full, or for Tuesday's show, full breakdown for your boy Ty Simpson. You got him.
Gabriel.
Gabriel.
Bit of a cutback. Forced out of bounds by Brooks. And that's going to set up a big 3rd down here. But you got a chance here if you're Cleveland to throw a gut.
He couldn't get them on a Zoom call? Oh, man. Yeah, that's no respect. That's no respect for the quarterback if you can't get them on a Zoom call, that's crazy.
Last week, Gabriel he can get really aggressive in the middle of the field to try to fit some balls in. You've seen it earlier today.
Harris, I watched Dante Moore. I watched Ty Simpson last night. Arch Manning is who I thought he was. I didn't have to watch him.
And it looks like we're going to get a timeout here.
Who called the timeout?
Timeout.
Oh, yeah. Miami called a timeout when Cleveland's play clock was running down. It was at 4 seconds. So that's weird. So I watched Ty Simpson game. I broke down his film. I made my notes on it. I watched Dante Moore's game. Broke down, made my notes on his. Man, Harris, you know how I am about these quarterbacks from the Alabamas, the Georgias, the Oregons. I really got to break down their game. Ty Simpson, I watched him. So did I watch anybody else? The rest of them, they are who I thought they were. The rest of them are who I thought they were. You see how bad Arch looked. Garrett Nussmeier couldn't get his team. They couldn't win. Georgia and Ole Miss was a great game. I might have to go back and watch it then. If it was a good game, I might go back and watch it. But I'm real particular with these quarterbacks because I'm just not seeing one that's so much higher than everybody else. Tonight, I got to watch Fernando Mendoza's game.
How does he diagnose this Dolphins defense? 3rd and 8 as they play
Pavia?
Miami
Who,
14.
Harris, who does Pavia play for?
Gabriel from the gun. Miami rushes 4 underneath. They get it to 4.
Screenplay to Jerome Ford for the first down.
First and goal, Cleveland. Ford
Hey,
so good. Just
you
has
gotta-
a nose for the open.
You got to get in the touchdown here. Gabriel running off the field. What's happening here? You got to get in the touchdown here. You got to keep the pressure on Miami. When you got a team that's just kind of crashing and burning right before your eyes, you got to get up on them and run the score up. Are we running Wildcat? I think we're running Wildcat. Who's in at quarterback? Yeah, the Buffs is off this week.
Friday with Judkins at quarterback.
All right, we're running Wildcat with Junkins,
Takes the direct snap.
tight end.
He's got a convoy. And Judkins, that second little
Oh, that's who
stab
plays
back,
for
that's gonna pick up a
Vanderbilt.
yard, maybe a
Okay,
yard and a
okay,
half.
got you,
Ashton
got you.
Davis among the tacklers.
You know what that's called, Spiro? Football history. That's the single wing football. That's
He's not top tier where he's beating ranked teams. Yeah, they beat LSU. Didn't Vanderbilt beat LSU last night? Yeah, I think he beat LSU. No mercy. Yeah, the Brown. This is where you gotta get in. Raiola had a rough game yesterday. He had a rough game yesterday. I kind of skimmed through it. Man, they're trying to. They want him to be the next Patrick Mahomes so bad, and they wouldn't have to force it if he really was the next Patrick Mahomes. It would just come naturally, and it's not coming naturally. So to me, them forcing it just doesn't make sense. We got a Browns timeout right here. What down it? It's 2nd and goal from the Miami 3. You gotta get a touchdown here. You gotta get a touchdown here. Kevin Stefanski has to not play it safe. You gotta get in the end zone here. There's not a first round QB in this draft. I think if I had to guess who's going to go first round, I think that Fernando Mendoza goes first round and maybe Ty Simpson are probably the two who are trending to go first round. The rest of them who they said were good, they're not looking good.
pound that Miami defense. Whoa.
For a little bit of a bobble, Judkins gets it.
Oh wow, Judkins another touchdown.
Boy, they go from near disaster.
Junkins caught that. He bobbled that snap, and he broke a tackle and got in for the touchdown. On this lifestyle, hey man, it's an open invitation. It's an open invitation for you to be here. It's an open invitation for you to leave. You make the decision. I won't put no pressure on you. No pressure. And they said it was 6 first rounders in this draft. Hilarious. Yeah, it's definitely not 6 first rounders in this draft. Besides Alabama, what ranked team is really beating the top dogs? The closest it could be is Ohio State, but I mean Texas is not who we thought they were or who they thought they were. Penn State ain't gonna end up not being who they thought they were. Maybe Indiana has beat some top ranked teams because Indiana beat Oregon. Indiana beat. They beat somebody else. They beat Illinois when Illinois was ranked. So I think this is exactly what the Browns need to do. The Browns need big game from Quinshon. Just let him run the air out of the ball. And now you're going to really get to see the Browns defensive line make a difference in the game. This is when you get to see the difference. You get to see the difference when they get ahead by 2 scores and a team like Miami who's desperate, coach is coaching for his job, and McDaniels, you're going to see them try to air it out more. And this is when your defense can pin their ears back and rush. So this is when we should see the best version of the Cleveland Browns defense. Based on the chat from the poll, it's still looking like 54% said the Dolphins gonna win. It's still looking like that. Yeah, Browns score again. Quinshon Judkins. Patrick Mahomes really plays a sloppy game of football, but he's a winner. Let me read the rest of that. Patrick Mahomes really plays a sloppy game of football, but he's a winner. He's got that win thing that it doesn't matter. I ain't for a lot of interceptions, but I still want it. Yeah, I mean, he actually admitted after he had won a Super Bowl before he really understood how to read defenses. So, nobody is above being criticized and critiqued. Right, but Oregon is ranked 3. The only team they beat ranked was Penn State. True. I can't argue with you there. That's why it's hard to say, like, because you don't know how a team is going to finish the year. So teams are going to start out ranked high, and then as they lose or the season progresses, they're not ranked as high. So then you beat them at the time they were ranked, but then later on in the year, it's only going to be a difference if they maintain being ranked. So don't sleep on Tua. I don't sleep on nobody. The game ain't over till the game is over. So I've seen too many teams who have slept on teams, think they couldn't lose. I was watching some highlights. The team was up a minute to go. The other team had 3 timeouts, and they ended up losing the game yesterday, college football. So I don't sleep on nobody. Browns have Willie Beeman on the side. Hey, remember when Willie Beeman said it's going to be y'all or it's going to be me, and it ain't going to be me?
Field it inside the 10, has a seam. Washington. Nifty return up near the 50 as we go downstairs to Aditi.
Here this past Tuesday, Brown center Luke Whippler, who we just saw.
Just like in training camp, Gabriel struggled in the red zone, so they put Junk in there to finish things off. Yeah, they're pulling out all the stops. If you notice, they are running plays that they never ran previously. They are also, when have we seen a quarterback come off the field and they run Wildcat? We saw it one time with Harold Fannin this year. They ran it 2 times with Junkins. So, they're definitely they're pulling out all the stops to try to win this game.
By these Cleveland players getting out in their community. 1st and 10, boy, if there was ever a moment that they need 2 in company to deliver some points, it's right here. As this game quickly getting away from them. And a penalty flag whistles out there.
By the offense, number 83. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Arch, it's such a crazy league. You just think a couple of years ago, the high-flying offense for Mike McDaniel, and now to where they sit, 1-5. There are even some murmurs of job security. Can he push the right buttons and lead this team back after this 1-5 start?
Well, listen, this is where.
Oh, Harris, that's who else I broke down. I broke down Carson Beck. Man, they destroyed Carson Beck using the basic cover 3. It's crazy.
Being able to call plays. It's wins and losses, dealing with all the distractions and the adversity, and it starts right now on this drive.
2 underneath to the check. H.N. trying to break a tackle and picks up 2 for Miami.
When we talked to Mike McDaniel yesterday about last year's 2-6 start, that's when the Dolphins ripped off
Big Reds. The Browns going to pass 17 points. That's going to give Gabriel 3 more games.
And every previous year that he was with the team that struggled.
That's wild. That'll do it. It's a low threshold, low bar. I've counted 7 missed tackles, open the playbook.
It's actually not that simple to keep your focus that narrow.
Yeah, Harris Beck was so lost out there, it was crazy.
Start last year, as you mentioned, they won 6 of their final 9, just narrowly missed the playoffs. Can they tap into some of that, what made them successful?
Ooh, naked boot.
Season going 2 right in the face of pressure. Jenkins may have got a
man, you got to jump on that ball.
And it is going to be 3rd and long.
How do we make 2 touchdowns? Actually, it's going to sound crazy, but we had 2 penalty field drives that helped us get up the field. No, I'm sorry. We had 1 penalty field drive that got us up the field, and then Junkins had a big run. And then this next drive, on a kick return, we got a fumble recovery, and Junkins ran it in for a touchdown. All Quinshon Junkins, basically. I think Quinshon Junkins got like 77 yards touchdowns.
You don't get this team together, and you don't get all the players to try to become one to overcome this, then all of a sudden it really starts to get away from you. It's super important.
Tua's pass again with 5 rushing under duress. And there is a penalty flag down. What's the call here? Westbrook Akine was the intended target. Flag thrown in the secondary portion of the field for Cleveland. And what a potentially huge call this is.
Before the quarterback left the pocket, illegal contact, defense number 26. It's a 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
All right, so they get Miles Harden, and that is a monster call
Man.
to spring Miami now to a first down.
It is. Now the rule is if the quarterback leaves the pocket, there's no illegal contact because you don't know if the quarterback's running, if it's going to be a block, or what it's going to be. But the contact past 5 yards while the quarterback was in the pocket is why they called that.
Boy, that comes on a 3rd and 13. Just about to get your defense off the field if you're Jim Schwartz.
Yeah, that was a bad mistake right there from the Browns.
For Miami as they play just inside their 49. Achane trying to find the edge.
Oh.
Tackled. Beautifully done.
Nah, that was all Carson Schlesinger. Carson Schlesinger shut that down. That was no gang tackle.
Second-round pick who enters the day leading all NFL rookies in tackles.
Yeah, really terrific job.
Sabrina, it is funny. Now he's switching it up. Now that his job on the line. That's a fact.
Bright spots on this defense, but you talk about a guy that is starting to really grow as a leader on this defense. He's a
the Browns haven't scored.
Exceptional against playing the run.
Browns haven't scored over 20 points going back into last season. And at the time, Kevin Stefanski wasn't the play caller the last time we did it. That's why it's such a big deal. That's why it's such a big deal on the Browns scoring. Oh, you got to get on that ball. That's like a backward pass. That's why it's such a big deal with them scoring points.
Incomplete. And boy, that could have been way worse for Miami, as it will be 3rd and long. It takes a lot to impress Jim Schwartz, but this kid Schlesinger didn't take long for him to get on the good graces of
All right,
Schwartz.
3rd and 12.
And remember, they lost Jordan Hicks, retired a couple of days into camp. That was a huge decision.
GG, what's up? How you doing?
Thick of things for this one.
The first-round draft pick out of Michigan. They're trying to set up a screen and nobody blocks him. Now it's 3rd.
All right, 3rd and 12. Let's see what we do.
Looking like 4-man rush.
No pressure. Tua had all day, but incomplete. Trying to find Achane over the middle.
All right.
So they get the defensive penalty.
Miles Harden, don't do nothing. It's 4th and 12. You all just won a rep. Why you hitting? Why you messing with people? Stefanski went to his lose nothing offense. Fact. Offense going to make the Browns look good today. Tim, you are correct.
The mistackling on the defense that they've had, but also offensively, to me, the details, the small details and the focus that it takes to play in this weather just aren't there.
Tony, I agree. Yeah, he's going to have a big game because he's the focal point.
Punt from Bailey is fielded just outside his 10-yard line. So 45 on the punt, 17-3.
All right, so the Browns, they just got punted the ball 1st and 10 from the Cleveland 10-yard line. And it's a timeout. So they got to go 90 yards to try to score a touchdown. So I've been looking at stuff regarding the Dolphins for a couple weeks now because, you know, you start hearing things. Who's the quarterback, my lady? The quarterback is Dylan Gabriel. Is Dylan Gabriel doing good? Not really. He's just in there, beast. It's more so the running game that's carrying it. They're going to run Junkins into an injury. I hope not. Browns coach acting like his job is on the line. Real talk. It is. I think so. The Dolphins will give Dylan false hope. I don't even know if he can get false hope from this because he ain't really throwing it like that. This is the game of bottom feeders, battle of the worst. As much as I would like to disagree with you, I cannot. You got 2 1-5 programs Both teams are in turmoil just due to their own. Both teams put themselves in this situation, and they got to dig themselves out. 12 would not play today. Yeah, I don't see it happening. I don't see Shedeur playing today. Now that the Browns are up on the Dolphins, the pressure is on the Dolphins to try to get back into this game. Kevin Stefanski, to me, I think he's going to go ultra conservative. You got two things you can do. You can push all your chips on the table, and you can say, hey, we're trying to just put them out the game and get this to a 24-3 lead going into the half, or you can just go conservative, and Kevin Stefanski is known for going conservative when he gets a lead. So I'm willing to be wrong, but my guess is he's going to go conservative. That's my guess. The bottom feeder bowl, man, y'all funny. Tell them the truth. It's more than 17. It's more than 17 points, not just points. He's not turning the ball over. He is not asked to win today or now. Yeah, he's the only way I can say that. Just a guy. Let's go. We back.
On the Verizon halftime report. Time of possession favoring Cleveland. 2-1 margin. Judkins, that big 46-yard touchdown run, and he's going to lose a couple on first down.
Listen,
so basically, Dylan, again, as you're not a QB. Yeah, that's what they're asking him to do.
Number 10, little one-on-one football on the outside.
49 is the second coming of Clay Matthews Sr. I'm going to tell you something funny, Mongo. I was only going to make one bet this whole year, and that bet was going to be that Carson Schlesinger, number 49, was going to have 100-plus tackles. And I couldn't find it with good enough odds.
First half, 17 touches.
Yeah, the Patriots is a different ball game. Stefanski got to stay aggressive. I agree.
Educating our viewers. And Judkins picks up one.
3rd and 11.
Spiro, I talked to Judkins on Friday, and of course, remember, he didn't join the team. He wasn't officially activated until week 2. So it's been a process. He said he absolutely is getting fully up to speed now. And the big key, he said, is Deuce Staley, the running backs coach, who he met at the Combine, didn't realize was a superstar running back himself until his dad told him. Said he's been watching Deuce's highlight tapes, and he said Deuce was a gritty runner.
Somebody's been working with Kevin on the play calls. Everybody knows, if you've been here every week or you've been watching the Browns, you know that he's calling this game totally different. He's changing up the formations. He's calling some different plays, so we're going to see. Who got the ball? Browns got the ball. It's 3rd and 12, 3 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Dolphins just called a timeout. Let's go.
Power and speed that we have already seen on display in this first half. 3rd and 12, Miami trying to get the football. Bad boy Gabriel just able to get in the end zone.
That might be a safety.
If it's a hold, it's a safety in the end zone. Chop Robinson was coming around the edge. What a game changer this could be for Miami.
I thought that was completely unnecessary to drop back on 3rd and 12 with Miami having one of their timeouts.
The ruling on the field is that the runner is stopped in the field of play. It is not a safety. Illegal use of hands to the face. Offense number 71. This penalty is declined. It's 4th down.
All right, so number 1, they avert disaster. But Archie, you're right, great point. In that kind of a situation, you got a rookie quarterback. And boy, did they put him in harm's way as Cleveland's going to punt.
Well, they really haven't had any downfield passing game. And this is number 71, Lucas. It's really kind of hard to see exactly where that hand to the face was, but just understanding the situation.
Running on 1st and 2nd down. Come on, yeah. Stefanski, when he had the advantage to actually throw the ball, he didn't. Then he dropped back on 3rd down. Whose playbook is the head coach using? On this drive, he's using his playbook. But that was just poor. That was just poor management. A lot of people go, Kevin Stefanski is bad at how he handles the end of games. To me, Kevin Stefanski has been poor at handling the end of the first half. That just was a bad setup. If anything, you should have ran the ball a third time so you can get them to either use their last time out or you can burn the clock. Instead, you drop back the pass. It's just, this is where Kevin Stefanski starts to lose grip of the game. And he does this every single week. Every single week. You want them to burn that last time out. They got the ball plus on the 50-yard line, and now they could go in and make this a game. Yeah, that could have been a sack. I was trying to see the point where they were showing it if he got away, but that could have been sacked. DJ threw away intelligence. He didn't throw it away. He got sacked. Aditi get on my nerves. Yeah. I kind of mute when Aditi be talking. This might be Gabriel's last game. I think he at least has one more in him. I think they're going to evaluate him after 4 games. Gabriel got bailed out twice today. He got bailed out on that play because I thought that was going to be a safety for sure. I am just joined. Where is Sanders? He's on the sideline. They got Dylan Gabriel playing. Bad play calling. Yeah. That was just poor play calling right there. And you are setting up the other team to get back in the game. The Browns had the ball first. So the Browns had the ball first. That means Miami gets the ball after halftime. If you let them score right here, they get right back in the game. This is where Stefanski just doesn't mismanage the end of games. In the middle of games, Stefanski starts to mismanage it. To me, this is him mismanaging this game.
In this first half.
Yeah, they've certainly done a great job smothering the short passes. All except one time. They didn't give up one big run to Achane, but after that, they really haven't given up anything to the outside. Tua only has 9 dropbacks, Spiro, in this entire first half.
82 yards of total offense. They've only ran 16 plays. Compare that to 31 for.
He can't scheme his way in or out of nothing as a coach.
Fortunes have changed.
I agree with you. I think that's the biggest indictment on Kevin Stefanski is his scheme. I'm always calling out his scheme.
Outs left. You see Tua's numbers, really not a lot there, but with Cleveland with 2 timeouts left in this field position, obviously with you getting the ball back, you want to score and try to double up points, but you also want to be in maximum slowdown.
Beast, that's what I was just saying. They might get a touchdown here.
As slowly as you can.
It's 2 minutes and 53 seconds to go
in this half to get
in the first half.
Points on the board.
Brown showing blitz. 3 blitz are coming. They're going to whistle this thing dead. Schlesinger was coming heavy.
Before the snap, false start, offense number 79, 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
Well, they got lucky. That was a false start because your guy Schlesinger was scot-free, just right down the pipe. Nobody blocks him.
Patrick Paul, their left tackle, was kind of blocking air on that play. So miscommunication. Fortunate that the Tua didn't take a hit. 7th penalty against Miami for nearly 70 yards. And they come again. Tua going down. It's Delpit, who has been one of the bright spots on the back end of Jim Schwartz's defense. They lose 6.
You see a little tendency breaker from Jim Schwartz, who does not blitz a lot. So you have Delpit coming off the edge. And teams usually don't blitz the Miami Dolphins. Tua in his career, with the way he gets rid of the football and the speed they have on the field, teams are reluctant.
Yeah, I like that play call by Jim Schwartz switching up there and blitzing him twice. I like that. After the first 15 scripted plays, Kevin Stefanski just be winging it. That's a fact. Oh my goodness. Ain't no way.
First down run on a 2nd and 21. Massive play for Miami. And that will get us down to the 2-minute warning as that thing flips the script for the Dolphins.
Yeah, it Marie, I caught that too. Playing aggressive defense with the lead. That's where you want to be. That's the spot you want to be in. But just like that, you get them 2nd and 21 and you give up. They gas you for a first down. 2-minute warning. Dolphins got the ball on the Cleveland 28. They still got 1 timeout, I believe. So It's just one of them situations. I think y'all traded Miles next year the way the media beat him up. I don't think we're trading Miles. What they did was they gave Miles the no trade clause, but they made Miles's cap hits too big. Like his dead money cap hits is too much. So like if they were to trade Miles after this year, it would be like an $80 million dead money cap hit. They did that to basically make sure they know it's no way we can trade you. Miles has teams make their entire offensive game plan to make sure Miles doesn't wreck the game. When you don't see Miles making a lot of plays, the other guys should be making plays because they're triple teaming Miles, they're double teaming Miles, they're chipping Miles at the highest rate of his career. So a lot of people don't view it this way, but when you have somebody like a defensive end, that's a dependent position more than people think because the offense can scheme you out of games. If you look at what Cincinnati did, the reason why it was so impressive is because they schemed TJ Watt out of that game. Who's the Browns QB today? It is Dylan Gabriel. Truth be told, Dolphins not used to the cold weather. Yeah, it's a big adjustment for them. That's been a knock on them for a while. Beast, please don't forget a TD here. Let's see if commercial break is over. If we get back to the game, it's a long 2 minute break. All right, we back.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Chipotle. Real ingredients, real flavor. Chipotle, for real. And by Progressive.
Yeah, Miles not going nowhere for a couple years.
Progressive.com.
Well, the Dolphins aren't the only sea creatures in Cleveland today. The greater Cleveland Aquarium.
Kevin let his ego
right around the corner.
This year get in the way of playing logical football. I agree with that.
A 23-yard run by Achan on a 2nd and 21.
Yes, RSR, I fully agree with your message right there.
Archie got a gang tackle him as
they are used to rain, though. It rains on demand in Florida. That's a fact. I used to live in Florida, and it can rain every single day. So they got to be used to the rain.
Spiro, Arch, Patrick Mahomes, third touchdown pass of the half.
Man.
Second to Rashee Rice. The entire league needs to be on notice. Halftime, 21-0. Chiefs over the Raiders. Back to you.
Right,
shout out to you, Van. I appreciate that.
With their offense. Wild start to the season. So Miami playing with one timeout left. Cleveland has two, trying to churn up as much of that clock as they can for the Dolphins. Taking a shot towards the end zone. Broken up. What a matchup there between Waddle and Campbell. Campbell, of course, thrown right into the fire.
Great defense there. Tyson Campbell is always there on the plays. He's always right there. He's not getting burnt.
At the last moment, he tried to turn and locate the football. Something that he really didn't do last week, but
yeah, great play there by Tyson.
And is able to get it out of there. You know, we really still have yet to see Darren Waller.
A lot of offensive coaches live and die by their game plans and refuse to adjust very arrogantly. I 100% agree with that. They have to be way more flexible.
I don't even know if I don't think Darren Waller is
3rd and 6. Dolphins take their last time out. They don't get the playoff. It is 17-3. Browns are winning. It's a minute and 15 seconds left to go in the first half. It is 3rd and 6 when we come back.
We got a lot of clock left for Cleveland.
Probably just a 30-second timeout. We're going to see how aggressive the Browns play it. If the Browns get a stop here and Miami goes for a field goal, the Browns got 2 timeouts. So they'll have right around 1 minute. So we'll see if Kevin Stefanski is aggressive or if he goes back to his ways and plays it safe. Yeah, I agree. Don't let this game slip away. It can get ugly.
Because you don't really have the downfield passing game like you normally would in a game that has better conditions. But if they get a stop here, they will have time to operate and still try to get a field goal before half.
Oh, the Browns send another blitz. Man, the Browns are sending pressure at Tua. They send another blitz, and Tua spins out of it, and he makes a throw Quarterback is only able to tip it, or the receiver is only able to tip it. So they got to go for the field goal. It's 1 minute and 10 seconds left. The Browns have 2 timeouts. Chances are high he'll shift his approach. Yeah, he has to. I think the Browns will let them get back in the game. Unfortunately, as a Browns fan, that's always something that's in the back of my mind. What Miles didn't realize is Jimmy Haslam bought his career with that no trade clause. Yep, and the way they worded that contract. Oh, my goodness. Off the crossbar, the Dolphins missed the kick, but it's a flag on the play? Oh, my goodness. That's not good. What's the flag? What's the flag?
And what's the call here from Sean Hockley?
Oh, no.
Personal foul, unnecessary contact to the snapper. Defense, number 93. The penalty is half the distance to the goal. It's first down.
Oh, my goodness.
Against Kevin Stefanski's Browns.
Boy,
Shelby Harris.
Yeah, you're going to see Shelby Harris.
What is the
inside,
call?
And then he contacts, his left leg hits the long snapper right into the helmet. That's Cardona, the long snapper.
How come Hulu isn't showing this game? I'm not sure.
Offense on the field. 66 seconds left.
Would you trade Lawrence Taylor or stop with the trade Miles talk? Mongo, he's saying why he wouldn't, why he's not going to be traded.
You have to if you're the Dolphins.
Dolphins just got bailed out right here.
Walked away from this drive with no points, and you ed a lifeline. Okay.
Oh my goodness! Tua fumbles the snap.
Loose again. Tua falls on it.
Zed, I kind of figured out why I was lagging. I kind of figured it out. So I had to work on that lag, bro. You know, I be behind y'all like a whole minute.
It's the down and distance, and you're on the 20-yard line.
Yeah, the Browns is tripping.
Tua, quick delivery, far side of the field, and it is caught. Westbrook Akine, the
all right, third down, 41 seconds to go.
He's telling us downstairs. So a little bit of a window.
Third and 13.
Third and 13.
And if you're the Dolphins, to get back, you're just looking for a sliver, an opportunity, something that the Browns give you to try to take
Here we go again,
advantage
fire the Browns coach. Just because Miles is on the field makes a difference. Sacks are overrated. I agree. His presence means so much more to what an offense can do.
If you could find a way to get into that end zone. In the Browns defense this year.
Yeah, I don't think Shador leaving the Browns. I think Shador's their get out of jail free card.
Tua, Cleveland rushing
Tua running it?
Slides down just shy of the 5.
They can't spike it.
7.
They either have to run, get their field goal.
Oh my goodness, what are y'all doing?
So
Run the field goal team out. You don't have no timeouts to spike it.
Yep. And now they're going to get the field goal unit quickly onto the field.
Yeah.
So it took him a couple of seconds to make the decision.
With 20, he hit the ground with about 25 seconds left. That's plenty of time to get your scramble field goal on the field.
Arch, you got to get points here, right?
Got to get points going into the half.
Yes.
McDaniel thought about it just for a split second, but he sends Patterson out. And
all right, Dolphins make the kick. No seconds left. 17-10. It's halftime.
As we reach halftime here on a rainy day in Cleveland. 17-6.
They're calling for Shador in the stands. I haven't heard it through the audio yet, but that might change in the second half. We'll see. The refs working for the Browns today. Yeah, the Browns have been on the right side of some calls. Also, the Dolphins just got a pretty solid call at the end of that half when they missed that kick. So we're just gonna see what happens in the second half. Browns won't score again. Man, it's so bad. As much as I want to be like, yeah, the Browns are going to score, I can't even say that. I can't even say that because the Browns usually get to 17, and that's kind of like the ceiling. It's like you get to 17 points, and that's what the Browns got for you. So as much as I want to argue, I can't argue that. No other teams are calling for him. I think that was earlier when I was talking about Dylan Gabriel. Roscoe Riggins, yes, that's a fact. 17-6 is the score. It is now halftime. Dolphins get the ball after the half. RSR, yes, that's correct. One of the better games played this year. If he sticks with the run, they should win. Zedric, you see it. It's right there in front of you, and everything you need to do. All you got to do is just run the ball the second half. Penalties helped a lot too. I agree. Their longest drives were helped by penalties. Wet grass got something to do with it. Yeah, everybody got their spikes on. So if you notice, early in the game, I saw 2 players on the Browns slide, but I haven't really seen that much of people sliding around or anything like that. A game adjustments, that's really big too. That's a fact. Pressure on everybody except Dollar General. Can't argue. Can't argue with that. Let's look at the box score. They just showed Q touchdown on replay. Yeah, Quinshon Judkins carrying the load. He's definitely carrying the load. I got NFL Red Zone on the TV. The Bears are up 20-0 at the half to the Saints. Man, that's ugly. If we see 20 attempts from Dylan in the second half, they'll lose. That's a fact. Thank you for that, Marie. Definitely like, comment, subscribe. Tap in with your boy. I'm live 4 times a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday. So definitely tap in with your boy. I'm also putting out shorts on the daily. So definitely like, comment, subscribe. 77% of the people that watch me on a regular basis are not subscribers. Only 23% of the people who watch me are subscribed. So definitely subscribe to the channel, y'all. Raul, best 55 yards passer ever. That's a fact. Might go down in history. He called that game like he didn't want to make mistakes. That would not be sustainable going forward. I agree. You got to either, it's 2 choices you can make. You can either go aggressive or you can go play it safe. And usually he leans on playing it safe. Let's hear what they got to say at halftime.
One best. JB, along with Coach Nate, Matt, and we'll get you caught up on the action.
All right, Raiders taking on the Chiefs in Arrowhead, and there's Patrick Mahomes ready for this.
They need more than running the ball. Miami can chip away and win. Roscoe, I agree with that.
Right here, a little shovel pass for the 2-yard touchdown, put the Chiefs on top, 7-0. A little bit later, Patrick Mahomes over the middle.
You got to be aggressive. You got to be aggressive. You can't just play passive and expect to win games. Being up 11 points with a whole half to go, that's not enough. The Jets quarterback is terrible. Yeah, that is. I was talking about him last week. Justin Fields. Justin Fields is having a very rough year. DG did convert a couple 3rd and longs. I had to go back and look at it. DG, 70 yards average. Our whole offense was penalties and fumbles. Yeah, I think it was more so penalties to me. I don't think he did anything to sit off the page. Dylan Gabriel was 5 of 7, 55 yards. He took 1 sack. I think the story of this game is Quinshon Judkins. Quinshon Judkins, 18 carries, 75 yards, 2 touchdowns. Dylan Gabriel has 3 scrambles for 13 yards. I don't think that's the difference. Also, I think the fumble. I think the fumble recovery is balanced though. D-Town. I mean, on paper it looked balanced, but if you are watching it, you'll see that penalties really help them sustain the drive. Jets have no O-line. This is what I'm beginning to realize. Most teams don't have good offensive line play, so that's something that you have to scheme around. You got to keep extra guys in the chip block. It's different things you got to do. You got to go to a fast pass game. You got to pull out some of that West Coast offense. Look at what Cincinnati Bengals did to the Pittsburgh Steelers on Thursday night. Cincinnati Bengals have the second worst offensive line of the second worst pass blocking offensive line. They threw the ball fast. You get the ball out fast. That's what you got to do if you don't have the best offensive line. The fun is about to begin since the Browns don't make any second half adjustments. Yeah, this is going to tell the story. Second half is going to tell the story. Stats never tell the whole story. RSR, I totally agree with you there. I hope Miami stopped Quinshon in the second half, got to adjust. Yeah, I'm rooting for the Browns. I'm a Browns fan. But if I was Miami in the second half, I would put 9 in the box, and I would say, Dylan Gabriel, beat me if you can. If I was Miami. I don't know if they're going to be that aggressive, or I would at least put 8 in the box. But if you know a team wants to run the ball and you don't put 8 in the box, I just don't know what you're doing. They didn't win yet. Stefanski got to step on the throw. I agree with that. Agree, this is a long, boring game. Flacco said players want to win. Yeah, they want to go out there and win the game. You know, you don't want to back into wins. You want to be the reason why you are winning the game. So we're going to see what they do in the second half. So much haterade. Question will be a tired soul after this game. Yeah, they're trying to get their money worth. Yeah, that fumble and penalties really helped the Browns out. Yes. That goes into what Big Reg was saying or RSR was saying, stats don't tell the whole story. You got to watch the game for sure. Because if you just watch the game, you don't realize that penalties really helped them on the drive, helped them get down the field. Kevin Stefanski not letting Gabriel throw 20 more passes. He took him out at the goal line. Yeah, and he went to the Wildcat. We haven't seen Quinshon Judkins in the Wildcat this whole year. So he definitely, as much as people are saying Kevin Stefanski not on the hot seat, he coaching this game like he on the hot seat. Because he pulling out all the stops, stuff he never did before. He's definitely doing things he hasn't done before. Dylan got bailed on third down by Dolphins penalties a few times. I would say, to me, the one that I'm going to accept it because I'm a Browns fan, but didn't look like a penalty, was the penalty for pass interference when Dylan Gabriel threw the interception and they called pass interference on Harold Fannin. To me, that didn't look like a penalty. Yeah, we're going to see what it's about in the second half. When you take your QB out at goal line, it's time to take him out, period. He isn't your franchise QB. Yeah, I mean, that shows that, it's a lack of belief. Has Kevin ever ran Wildcat? Screams desperation. He ran Wildcat one time this year with Harold Fannin. I think it was in the first game of the year. Explain Wildcat, please, Dawn. So Wildcat is when you take your you take your quarterback and you either put your quarterback at receiver or you take your quarterback off the field altogether. In Wildcat, you usually have two running backs in the backfield, or you have a running back and a tight end back there, and there's no quarterback on the field. So it's fully taking your quarterback out of the play. Your quarterback has no impact on that play. Did Dylan throw an interception yet? Not officially on the books. Where he could potentially have thrown an interception, it was a pass interference on Harold Fannin that they called. So that was the only one that really could have been intercepted. That's because he's trying to save face for the Flacco trade. Yeah. As an offensive play caller, you look kind of crazy when Joe Flacco looks that way after 9 days in Cincinnati. You look kind of crazy when they go get something out of the quarterback who you could get nothing out of. So. Pass interference, got to see that replay. Yeah, I don't know. Like Charles, I accepted those pass interference because it helped us, but to me, that was a very a loose time to call pass interference. How many times can you run a Wildcat? You can run it as much as you want. Like, for instance, the Miami Dolphins in the early 2000s, they used to run it every play when they didn't believe in their quarterback. The Browns, to my count, have run it 3 times this year. So you can run it every play if that's what you believe in. But to my count, the Browns have ran it 3 times this year. I believe Kevin Stefanski used to run it a little bit more when we had prime Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. That's the last time I really remember seeing the Wildcat from the Browns. But it's not something they do very often. How many passing yards for Cleveland so far? 55 passing yards. DG must have voodoo on the ball because of defense dropping the ball. Yeah, they can't catch his passes. They can't catch his passes at all. But it's 2 halves to football. We're going to see, to me, what I want to see from my head coach is I want to see my head coach see that the defense is doing the best they can. Definitely, Marie, everybody hit that subscribe button. Definitely tap in with your boy. Ricky Williams and Cadillac. Yes, they did. It was Ricky Williams and Ronnie Brown when they were running that Wildcat. No problem, Dawn. He trying to get Dylan percentage up with all those short passes. Yeah, he's playing it safe for sure. Yeah, only 55. Only 55 passing yards so far. But when you have the Dolphins kind of on their heels, you got them not really being able to sustain too much on offense. This is when I want to see my offensive play caller be aggressive because you have some wiggle room. So when they think you're just going to line up guys and run, this is when I want to see you take whatever your best running play was in the first half. I want to see you run play action off of that play. So you got to start doing some things to get them off balance. Hey, I'm a Shedeur fan, so I'm in here for the long haul. I want to see Shedeur get his opportunity with Cleveland. Because if you've been around after the Browns drafted Dylan Gabriel, this is me going to sleep that second night of the draft. They had your boy in your feelings. I was debating if I was gonna be a Browns fan. D-Mac, Felix Jones, Peyton Hillis, Masters of the Wildcat. That is a fact. That is a fact. I think it's teams who want Shedeur for sure. The Browns not willing to give up on him because he's their get out of jail free card. That's who he get them out of all their problems.
Judkins, how impressive has he been on the ground? 2 rushing scores for this Browns offense, trying to take some of the load off his young rookie quarterback Dylan Gabriel. And that's where
bring back Dan Marino. Man, the Dolphins need something. It's crazy. Think about this. Basically, Brian Flores lost his job in Miami because he didn't believe in Tua. Mike McDaniel is going to lose his job in Miami because he believed in Tua. It's crazy. The tale of two outcomes. Cody Kessler had a 92.3 QBR in his 107 games. Ooh, Raul, you taking it back. Cody Kessler. Do you remember Cody Kessler's first game that he got in? It was actually against Miami. And fun fact, the last game I went to in Miami was when the Browns played the Dolphins and Terrell Pryor was at quarterback. That game was something else.
Feeding Quinshon Judkins make the Miami Dolphins tackle the rest of the game.
You're better off having Shedeur out there if you can't trust BG in the red zone. Yep. I think eventually it's going to get to that point where as you put more and more tape out there and teams see that you don't want to take chances in the red zone, I think you're gonna see them put more pressure and stress on you. All right, we kick it off to the Dolphins. Let's go.
Short kick fielded by Washington, crosses the 25, going to get out close to the 30-yard line with a return of 26. A couple of seconds ago, Aditi with Kevin Stefanski.
Big Reg. So I put out a top QBs ranking before the year. I had Jalen Hurts outside of the top 5. People were going at me so hard because I had Jalen Hurts not as a top 5 QB. Now, people believe your sentiment. I just saw it before the year. I thought Jalen Hurts is a top 10 quarterback. I don't think he's a top 5 quarterback. And people was mad at me. And now you see it. Oh, wow. Yeah, Dawn, your boy was hurting that day. Oh, Browns with the interception. Tyson Campbell. Wow. Wow, Tyson Campbell come through. The Browns have officially went past 20 points. Van, shout out to you. I think that's one of my best qualities is my memory. Man, Tyson Campbell.
Playing a little bit more in this game to match the personnel of the Miami Dolphins. Ball is high. Ball needs to be
down. He stayed inbounds. Wow.
Had a bit of a
So the pressure that was on Kevin Stefanski, it looked like the pressure is falling off Kevin Stefanski as the defense scores right there. Kevin is indirectly setting up DG for failure. Zed Mack, I would agree. I agree.
A long time since his last
wow.
week. You have to go all the way back to the 23 season. And meantime for Cleveland, 24 games since their last pick 6. You have to go back a couple of days after Christmas, late in 23.
23. Hey. Tyson Campbell coming. Tua is terrible. Yeah, Tua. I remember somebody asked me, was like, oh, would you take Lenore Sellers or Tua? I'm like, dang, that ain't really good options to give me because I don't think Tua's a good quarterback. I think that's Tua's 8th interception on a year. So, I mean, I wouldn't take Tua. So this is putting the Browns defense in a position where they're gonna pin their ears back and get after the quarterback. And also, this is where the Browns can play it super safe. Kevin is safe for another week. It looks like, yes. What people will do is, this is the mistake that I foresee happening. They told me Tyson Campbell couldn't catch. They did say that. Tyson redeeming himself from last week. I agree. The mistake that people are going to make is, this game, if you sit here and watch this game, you know this game is defense and running the ball. People are going to make it out to be a game where Dylan Gabriel is going to be a notch in his belt. That's what they're going to do this week. But I see through it. I know who is winning this game. This is the defense and running the ball is winning this game. Miles might give you 2 sacks right now. I agree. Jermaine, I called a pick 6. Hey, you right about it. Pick 6, Tyson Campbell. So people who watch the game, they know that who won this game. This is going to be the defense. And now we're going to get to see if Myles Garrett makes a difference. Because you get to see your defensive line pin their ears back when you have the lead. If teams know you can't score, you never get a chance to actually make a difference. Yeah, yes, Dawn. The Browns are playing a scrub team. Dolphins 1-5. This might be it for Mike McDaniels. They're going to take away the run like Pittsburgh did going forward. Yeah. Jermaine says DG going to get a pick too. Don't worry. Don Stroke is calling the Miami front office right now. DG ain't it. I can't disagree with you. I can't disagree. All right, we got the game back.
Second guess Kevin Stefanski putting his offense on the field to start, defense on
the
field to begin the second.
Facts. This is defense and running the game all day.
That's why he's the head coach, and we're just.
Dylan Gabriel about to look like a Hall of Famer. That's how they're going to talk about him this week.
Campbell, first pick 6 of his NFL career. And boy, could not have come at a better time for Cleveland as they have busted this thing open 24-6. Washington out across the 30, 35. He's still going.
Flag on the play.
Going just in front of him, right around the 44. 35-yard return if it stands, as we get the call here from Sean Hockey.
During the return, holding by the receiving team number 9. It's a 10-yard penalty. First down.
Yeah, this is defensive special teams. Defensive special teams. Quinshon Junkins winning this game. So normally we watch games and the Browns are the ones on the bad side of like all the calls and making all the mistakes. I never thought I would see a team that would make this many mistakes, but they make more mistakes than the Browns. Like the Dolphins, they're making way more mistakes than the Browns. It's crazy. It's over with. Why not? Mary Kay is in the Hall of Fame. Man, I need to know that who made the vote for her to get into the Hall of Fame. Tua need to get benched. Yeah, it's crazy.
I put that on him. That ball was high. Achane couldn't bring it down before he got hit by Jenkins, and it goes the other way.
34 yards on the pick 6. So now when you're down 24-6, you've leaned on the ground game, but certainly you've got to open up on a day that the passing game just hasn't given you much. As we're very quickly getting into approaching desperation time here, second half.
Yeah, I'm interested, quite honestly, to see how the Miami Dolphins respond because, again, we've said it over and over again.
They need to stop babying Gabriel, do some plays to see if he actually can play. They baby him too much with the shorts and run game. I understand we need to run game because it needs to stop, baby. Yeah, they gonna keep treat him with kid gloves. I'm not worried they're gonna lose next week. The Patriots actually a good team. Yeah, the Patriots are surprisingly better than I thought they would be. I'm proud of the Browns. They finally learned how to win without a QB. Help like the Steelers did for years.
One constant arch that they've had since Tyreek
Yes, I agree with that. They're at odds with their quarterback. I agree. They don't believe in Tua. Push the door in so he can let Dolphins back into the game with his sacks. Charles, we've been on good terms for the last hour.
more of the run game. You know, they did lose a possession by fumbling in
Come
the
on,
kickoff
man.
return. The rain has stopped a little bit here.
Officially
so
entering trash time, so Gable is going to get safe calls, stat padding, and said his accuracy will look good when defensive junkies win this game early. That's a fact.
Cleveland top 5 defense. Tua. Myles Garrett
Y'all called it.
coming with the heat.
Myles Garrett makes a sack. When you put a team in obvious passing downs, that's when Myles Garrett can actually make plays.
The other side, and they're running a game inside. And so Jim Schwartz trying to change things up. You see the Dolphins put in goal the fullback up there to
Great
chip
play
in,
there.
But he runs a game inside, and that's all he needs.
Now, all the people who are mad at Myles Garrett over the weekend, all the people on Cleveland media, are they still gonna be mad at Myles Garrett now?
For Garrett since week 3 of the season. We'll check the flag here. As Larvidan is tripped up. It's a 47-yard punt. And the frustration continues to mount now for the Dolphins.
It's almost every 3 or 4 plays.
Somebody just asked me about Cam Ward, and I look at my TV, and the Patriots are winning 30-13, and it looked like Cam Ward just fumbled the ball trying to throw it, and the Patriots recovered for a touchdown. Appreciate that, Marie.
Play was over. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 82. This 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play. First down, timeout.
Who scored the last TD? Dylan. No. Miss TN. It was a pick six. Tyson Campbell caught a tip pass and returned it for a touchdown. I agree. I think Miles is a fan of, I don't know if fan is the right word, but I think Miles believes in Shador.
Don't hurt him, Kev. All dripped up. Got the new iPhone 6
Oh, yeah, it was
Pro
D-Town.
and
You asked me about Cam Ward. Yeah, Cam Ward having a rough year.
handsome and hilarious.
I've said that to me, Shador is going to be the top QB out of this draft class. And looking at it, Cam Ward is having a rough year. They got rid of his coach. So we're going to see what he does. But when I was breaking down Cam Ward tape in Tennessee, everything was hard. They couldn't scheme anything and make it easy for him. And he was having success doing things you shouldn't do, like throwing across his body across the field, like late. So I didn't see that as sustainable. I'd be shocked if DG throws a TD this game. Yeah, I don't foresee that happening. Some of those commentators need to lose their job. False narrative. Yeah, they were just making stuff up. Just straight making it up. Hurts to Adams. I'm tired. Shador is better than DG. Stefanski just doesn't like Shador. Yeah, there's something there. I agree with you, sweetie. You'll all be happy that Miles played good against the worst teams. It's crazy. That's not it. Ball overnight. You have to have a lead for your defense to be able to be more aggressive. When you're not playing with the lead, you can't really do it. Myles Garrett do average more than 10 sacks, but we need him to show up. He never shows up. Ball overnight, I wholeheartedly disagree with you. And this is the reason why. Teams base their entire offense about not letting Myles Garrett wreck the game. Their entire offense is based on that. So when they base their entire game plan of not letting him take you away, if Myles is getting a triple team, Alex Wright should be winning. Shelby Harris should be winning. Mason Graham should be winning. These guys need to be winning when they put all the attention on Myles Garrett. Let's beat the Bills, Chiefs, and the Eagles. When are they on the schedule? You can only beat who's on the schedule. I don't play those hypothetical, you haven't beat anybody games. I want you to win the games that are in front of you.
Cleveland Browns field position. So
what trophy do you get for beating the Bills, the Chiefs, and the Eagles in the regular season? You get nothing. It's no different than you beating Miami.
Miami territory. And Archie, we mentioned it just to start the second half. You can tell a lot about a team, how they come out the week after, the next game after what something like Miami experienced last week with the whole Tua contract.
They do that for every primary defender, not just Miles, sir. Actually, Miles faced double teams. Just look at the stats. Look up the stats. Miles faced double teams more than anybody in the NFL last year. Look it up. Miles gets chip blocked the second highest in the league this year. So do they do it to other people? Yes. Do they always do it to the level that it happens to Miles? No. So we can talk this football thing. I'm really good with talking the football thing. We can talk the football thing. We can do it all day. This is what I like to do. What type of impact did TJ Watt have against the Cincinnati Bengals on Thursday night? He didn't have the same level of impact because they schemed against him.
Figure out, a way to just get one win and then the next and then the next. They've had a really good first half.
Here comes some heat up the middle.
What is that?
This is going to be ruled, I believe. Let's see what they
Is that a
say.
catch and fumble from Whitehart?
Whitehart able to fall on the football, so they did rule a catch. It'll be a pickup of 4. They're short of the first down.
I think Cam Ward has the potential to be good, but I think he has to clean up the things that he does that equals mistakes. That's my critique of Cam Ward. He has the potential, but throwing across your body late is not a good thing. Dropping back, fumbling the ball right outside the touchdown, not a good thing. Got to clean up on the turnovers. All good. Yeah, my bot, if you send the too long messages, my bot will get you. But, yeah, we could talk the football all day. Looks like a catch and fumble. Yeah, that was a catch and fumble from the tight end.
Washington back deep. Going to let this one bounce.
Oh, very good punt from Bojorquez. Got him inside the 10-yard line. Very good punt.
And tough starting field position for Tua Tagovailoa and
workout. DG has not thrown a touchdown today. Stop the lies. Cleveland defense is the best ever. Let's read. Let's see what you had to say there. Stop the lies. Cleveland defense is the best ever. I just remember my Rams traded for a QB to change everything because they needed a defense, an all-star to lead the game, keep it 100. I don't know what you're referencing there. Not sure what you're referencing there. Let's get this back on Gamecast for y'all. That's my bad. Miles stats about double and triple teams against him is off the charts. I agree.
Businesses are the backbone of our community.
Yeah, so like when you are the primary person that they want to take away, other guys should step up. Was that the defense who scored? Yes, the defense scored. It was Tyson Campbell caught a tip pass on the pick six. Yeah, when you put that, I think the Browns should draft Jalen Tyson and Caleb Downs. How about you? Two players I really like. Jalen Tyson might be the best receiver in college football. He catches everything. Caleb Downs is easily the best safety. I think the Browns have too many problems on offensive line to not draft the best offensive lineman at the top of the draft, unfortunately. I want to see the Browns go offense in the first round. I want to see them go offensive line and wide receiver, whatever combination they can do. Jalen Tyson, I think he's going to be there when we can take a receiver. I wouldn't mind Carnell Tate from Ohio State, but they got to go offensive line and receiver. I feel good for the Browns, but honestly, I'm salty about the DG Bull because he ain't it, and they have 12 on the sideline. Yeah, we just got to let it play out. We just got to let it all play out. Because he ain't doing nothing all game yet. They're going to hype him up as if he it. I agree. I think that's what they're going to do, even though he didn't really make that big of a difference in the game. Are you kidding? How many times has Mal made a play to give the offense the ball and the offense goes 3-and-out? Okay, yeah, we agree. We're on the same page there. Jalen Smith over Jeremiah Smith? Jeremiah Smith has to go back to school for another year. He's only a sophomore. He's a true sophomore. So he got to go back to school for another year.
It does rain a lot.
It does. Nothing that these two aren't used to. As Miami's offense arch back onto the field, Ali Gordon crosses the 15 as we are.
Mason Graham is back from his knee problem. Yeah, he should be back out. They need Jordan Seaton. Jordan Seaton, Caden Proctor. They need a left tackle bad.
Hurts this year. This is a thing of beauty. Longest passing touchdown since his rookie year. 79 yards to Devontae Smith. Back to
Hurts with a bomb. I don't care as much as D-line because we went all D-line, all defense, mostly with this drive. I want to see them go all offense to start the drive.
Faking the handoff. Cleveland not fooled. And a beautifully played as Julian Hill tackled in the open field. Looks like he's going to be just short of that first down marker. Open field tackle by Hickman. 3rd and short.
They keep making excuses for DJ about needing time to adjust to the playbook. What playbook? And he had since training camp. That's a fact. And Miles still make plays. Yeah. I think if you want to pick apart what's not happening right on the Browns defense, I think going at Myles Garrett is the wrong person to go at. Matthew Stafford is all my Rams needed. That is a fact. Trading Jared Goff and upgrading for Matthew Stafford is a fact. Matthew Stafford balled out today, 5 touchdowns. Dang, Seaton the sophomore too? Oh my goodness.
Still waiting for the signal, and he did not get it. 4th down.
He did not. They've been having, this is where the Browns defense is at their best. And is he? He's keeping his offense on the field.
Man, I've been a heartbroken Browns fan since they got rid of Baker. Yeah, that was a mistake. In hindsight, we see it now.
Right now, because if you don't get it, in my eyes, you virtually. I mean, there's still 8 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, it was crazy that they didn't chip and help out against T.J. Watt. They let him wreck the game. There's no reason why they should have left any tackle who wears a Browns jersey be out there by himself against T.J. Watt. Has anybody been watching the Jets game? Did they bench Justin Fields? I think I just saw Tyrod Taylor in for the Jets. I think they benched Justin Fields. Mongo, are you talking about when I was criticizing Cam Ward? I don't think it's good when any quarterback does that.
The 4th quarter, if you can get it close. Handoff again. It's Gordon. Looks like he's got it.
Yeah, it looked like he got the first down there.
1st down, Dolphins.
That was a tough run. I mean, he just gets smacked.
Yeah, his offensive lineman helped him push him forward. Oh, Fields is injured. Okay. Yeah, I just looked over. I haven't been following it. But yeah, I saw Tyrod Taylor in. Appreciate that.
That was do or die.
It looks like they're moving the ball with Tyrod Taylor though. I don't know how Fields was still starting after last week.
Way to start getting some big plays on this offense.
Handoff A-Chan, and boy, they got 3 and 4 defenders giving chase, led by Garrett. Archer not supposed to move that well when you're his size.
Bengals line worse than the Browns. I agree with that. 13 pro cal. TJ Watt, no impact. O-line coach. Also, the scheme that they ran, they got the ball out of Joe Flacco's hands in less, I think it was like 2.29 seconds, if I remember correctly. So at that point, he didn't even have a chance to get there to try to make a play because they got the ball out so fast. I didn't even know that Dylan Gabriel only had 6 completions, 59 yards. Yeah, not a crazy game.
Here they come again. They rush 4. They get it out quickly. Does Tua. This is A-Chan spins his way across the 30.
Nope, Dylan Gabriel not injured. One thing I really like about what Miami does is these screenplays they run are so good, man. All these quarterbacks rotating among teams and they want to discuss his Shador like he doesn't belong in the NFL makes no sense. I totally agree with you. There's no way they can say he don't matter. They got Orlando Brown. How? The tackle?
So tough to tackle, and he showed it right there.
A-Chan trying to run through his lead blockers. It was interesting to hear Mike McDaniel talk about Tua, even in a season in which he has struggled just how he makes it really hard on defenses, Arch, to implement the pass rush techniques that they want. And we're seeing it today with how quickly he's getting the football out. But so the only question now is, can they translate it all into some points?
Well, that's what he's known for. He's known for being able to get the ball out fast, to be a point guard type quarterback who can read the defense and distribute the football. I do think that defenses this year have done a much better job than in the last few years of getting him to not to hold or maybe get him off that first read. He's held the ball a little bit longer this season.
Having to navigate life without Tyreek Hill. And he's got a man wide open as they find the open seam there. Tanner Connor. Big play from Miami. Those elusive big plays.
Yeah, penalties definitely carried the drive. Joe still threw bombs on the Steelers. Yeah, they schemed it. They schemed it so well. Like when he threw that pass to beat cover 2 man when they doubled on, I think it was like 3rd and 4. They doubled Chase and Higgins, and they ran number 80 up the middle. He was 1-on-1. Joe Flacco threw a dime to him. That's where you scheme things open. That's why I'm the most critical of Kevin Stefanski, because even without the best offensive line, they still were able to scheme deep passes for Joe Flacco to complete.
Ball injury, so Tanner Connor gets his 7th catch of the season. Low pass there is fielded by Gordon out of the backfield, and he is going to be tackled at the 35. It's a pickup of a couple. But if you're Jim Schwartz, this is kind of what you want. Trying to keep everything in front of you. They do give up the big catch to Connor a moment ago. But,
I don't know who number 28 is for the Browns. Avery? I never heard of him before.
Territory and on 3rd and 4th down first. But if
the Browns have 12 picks. Yeah, next year's draft, they got to go so heavy on offense. I want to see them draft. Out of those 12, I want them to draft 4 offensive linemen. 4 offensive linemen, at least 2 receivers.
3rd in total defense in Schwartz's bunch this season. Achane whipped down to the turf from the back. Shelby Harris with
a great play.
The tacklers, how good has Harris been
I told you he was playing terrible. Yeah, you did. You told me. You said that early on. You said the quarterback for the Jets was playing bad. I kept looking up over. When I'm looking over, I'm seeing other games.
About 7-8 defensive linemen, and a number of those guys are playing their best football of their careers. To me, that's been the strength of their football team against the run and rushing the passer.
Throw Mason Graham. You've been talking about him right from the start.
3rd and 8. They go 5 wide.
Took with the 5th overall pick, adding to what they already had. Tua gets it out quickly. Why is it a catch?
I don't know. That might be incomplete.
Lunging, sliding, and it's ruled incomplete.
Yeah, that might have hit the ground. Let's see. See the replay.
Boy, Tua put that right on the money. Not an easy catch.
Oh, couldn't bring it in. Couldn't bring it in.
But one that
incomplete.
Come down with.
It was tight. Yeah, you would have loved to have that. Those are the catches you need. You're trying to come back. You know.
Are they going for it on 4th and 8 here? I think they might be going for it. They're keeping their offense on the field. I think they're going for it on 4th and 8 here. Odell Beckham came and ruined the team. Who? Who?
Those long kicks not a factor in the range, so they go for it again on 4th and 8. Here they come. Tua over the middle. Caught. And it appears as though Washington is short of the first down, and he paid the price for Miami.
Man, big hit by Grant Delpit. The receiver is still down for the Miami number 6. He took a big hit.
Cage area, and he is in all kinds of pain. Meantime, turnover on downs will get it back to Cleveland when we come back.
So Miami got aggressive there, went for it on 4th and 8. They got about 7 yards. Grant Delpit with the big hit for the stop, turnover on downs. Thanks for sharing the knowledge. You need to be on with G. Bush on his film breakdowns on Wednesdays. I watch a ton of film. I do break down some film early in the week, usually on Tuesday or Wednesday. I do it right on my channel, breaking down the film, just seeing what I usually isolate a certain portion of the plays though. So I might break down 3rd down calls. This game will probably end up breaking down the running game more because it hasn't been enough pass attempts. But yeah, I break it down right on here live. The Browns winning 24-6, and Dylan Gabriel had the stats of an injured player. Kevin Stefanski is going to overlook that. Yeah. The funniest thing to me, like a telling thing to me, so the Browns only won one game this year, and I was looking at the videos of of Kevin Stefanski when he was speaking to the team after they won the game, and Myles Garrett just was looking at him like, are you done yet? I thought that was very telling to me, how they broke down that. It looked like the Vikings are coming back on the Eagles. I guess today is the day to run a Wildcat. Did he score on that play? Really close to scoring from a Wildcat play. So really, really close to scoring. Yeah, I think the discourse around this game this week, I think it's going to be out of pocket from the Cleveland media, as they always are. All right, we got the first person hitting the Cash App, hitting the link. Let's get to it. Let me do this right.
Oh my God! Wow!
Let me pull up the Cash App real quick and read the message we have. Where we at? Man, Cash App don't let you in the app without verifying and doing a lot of stuff. I don't know if you want me to say your name, so I'll just say Miss Jones. Shout out to Miss Jones for the Cash App. I appreciate you. One more time for you.
I got money.
So shout out to you for hitting the Cash App, or the PayPal, I should say. I definitely appreciate it. And I appreciate you for tapping in, watching my breakdowns. That's the goal. Just to kind of pass more knowledge of what I'm learning to everybody else, and just not making it too dry or too boring. So shout out to you. I appreciate that. Dylan Gabriel's in. He's in 5 wide throwing the ball.
Underneath to the check. This is Sampson. Sampson taking on tacklers. He's going to be right.
I can't remember who said it, but somebody said it. Somebody said that Kevin Stefanski is going to start letting Dylan Gabriel throw the ball. They said they was going to let him throw the ball to get his stats up. And whoever said that in the chat, you were right, because you see what happened. The Browns are winning 24-6, and we going out here throwing the ball instead of running the ball, burning the clock. So somebody was on to what Kevin Stefanski was going to do.
1995, that magical season for San Francisco. Mike Vick.
Yeah, I played against Mike Vick. Wasn't really worried about the left hand. It was more his legs. I wish that he played with 2 left legs. That would have been a much better version for us.
On 3rd and short.
Really close. We got to see if Quinshawn got the first down here.
He's gonna have enough for the first down.
It helped that Cincinnati running game came alive. Yes, they ran the ball really well versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers actually are not good against the run. They were good defending the run against the Browns, and they got Kevin Stefanski to move off of it, but they're not the best defending the run, and Cincinnati exposed that. Rams 35, Jacksonville 7. Yes, I was watching that game this morning. They are still not using Travis Hunter correctly.
Well ahead of his time.
Fun matchup between these 2 lefty quarterbacks, both from Hawaii. So much respect between Gabriel and Tua. You know, it was interesting. We sat with Kevin Stefanski. We asked him. Everyone talked about the lack of height for Gabriel going into the draft.
I definitely said Kevin will try to get him to score. He is so predictable. Okay, I knew it was somebody. I remembered. I couldn't remember who it was, but you was on to something, Miss TN, early, because you see what happens. Now that you win it, now you're gonna start throwing the ball. It's man, oh man.
Meet the height standards of the typical player. You're just going to have to go out there and do more to prove yourself. I mean, that's just the way it is.
2nd and 7. Let's see what we got.
Gabriel and any other quarterback that's 6 foot or under is going to have to prove they could play the game and make up for it in other ways.
Sampson picks up a yard. Aditi.
You know, Sparrow, I asked Dylan, what do you feel that you're doing?
I like that they were getting Dylan Sampson in here, and he's getting the opportunity to run the ball. They really got away from him. Travis Hunter only got a TD during garbage time today. Yeah, it's really late in the game when he finally was able to score. I don't believe he played any defensive snaps, which is crazy because their DBs was getting cooked today. Jacksonville's DBs were getting cooked. Matt Stafford had 5 touchdown passes.
Garrett mentioned it in our conversation with him, certainly Stefanski. Everyone's been impressed with what he's shown so far.
Dylan Gabriel rolls to his left, gets a pass to Jamari Thrash for the first down. There's a flag on the play. We're going to see what the flag is.
Second level of Miami's defense. If it stands, it's a pick up at 23.
Illegal contact. Defense number 26. This penalty is declined as the play results in a first down.
All right, so the Browns decline that.
Defensive penalty.
They decline that penalty, and they keep it moving. Looks like it's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. We're going into the fourth quarter. I don't know why the Browns finally started rolling Dylan Gabriel, or he started leaning towards his left, because he's way better at throwing from his left than them rolling him to the right. Travis would have got cooked too on defense today. I don't do the hypotheticals. I just do what they do. Travis has been pretty solid on defense. Every DB is going to give up some plays, but I mean, you don't think he could have did better than none of those DBs they had out there? I ain't saying he perfect, but thanks for Marie. You notice every time she get to talking, I hit that mute button. I'm like, I'm not listening to this. Every time I'm not listening to this. I know how she views football. I know how she views the game. So I don't need when she asks the random question on the sideline. So what are you doing well? I don't need to hear that. I don't need to hear that. Who would pay $6 to watch offensive sheer boredom? Yeah, this one, they kind of got a pass on this one looking ugly because of the weather, but this would not work every week. This game plan would not work every week. It wouldn't. It would not work. Minnesota is trying to make it a game versus Philly. It's 21-16. 40 seconds left in the third quarter. They're trying to make it a game. Man, Kansas City is smacking the Raiders 31-0 fourth quarter. Travis needs to stay on offense. I don't think you draft him that high only to be on offense. RSR. Oh no, this is a one-time game plan. Yeah, I agree with that. See, how do you if Travis Hunter, the upside to him is you can play him on both sides of the ball. How do you then, because remember, they traded up to get him. They traded a number 1 next year. They traded a number 2 this year so they can go up to number 2 to get Travis Hunter. How do you trade all of that capital for a receiver? Like, you got to look at it like you don't give up that much capital just for a receiver. So I think you got to play them both ways. Jeffrey, what's good? Where you been at, man? These are the type of games that DG is going to be good because you don't want to push the ball down the field. I agree with that.
Real third straight start, making his first home start here in week 7. Underneath the lefty, slinging it.
Yeah, I agree. Like, how do you give up all that capital for Travis and then just have him play receiver? That's too much. I think they don't know. I think they don't know where they want to use him. If they only want to use him on outside, they don't want to make it obvious and only use him on passing downs. But he needs to be running so many choice routes out of the slot. It's not funny.
He has to develop a super power. He's got to develop something that makes him one of the special quarterbacks in the National Football League. But I do think he's starting from a great foundation.
Back to the ground game with Judkins.
Bottom line, Stefanski style does not match Shador. I agree, it doesn't.
Let's get the call here from Sean Hockley.
Holding offense number 50.
Kevin got saved today because Dolphins offense didn't play well. I can't disagree with that. What episode are you breaking down the QBs? Harris, I'm breaking down the QBs on Tuesday. Tuesday, we're going to break down the QBs. and Lil Bit gonna be heralded the king with no passing TD. Make it make sense. Y'all already know what they're gonna say. Y'all already know what they're gonna say. I'm telling y'all, Jay Crawford is gonna be the one who is gonna be doing the most defending of Dylan Gabriel because the Browns end up winning this game. To me, this is fool's gold. This type of game is fool's gold.
Knows how to be a pro in the NFL to guide you and mentor you in your rookie season. He had that in Flacco. He doesn't have it right now.
Yeah, that's why I don't really listen to Aditi.
Just trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. So you're just saying that you were shocked by the trade like everyone else, or most people.
3rd and 20 for the Browns. And, like, just not to just pile on too much on Aditi, but she doesn't understand the game, and she speaks with confidence, passing third-hand knowledge of how other people view the game. And that just doesn't work for me. Because if y'all ask me a question, I give you a question. I give you an answer based on how I view it. Not, you don't hear me say, well, this coach told me this, or this coach told me that. Like, how do you view it?
End of the tunnel. 3rd and 21. Gabriel off his back foot. And Jerome Ford is
Jerome Ford, what you doing?
Catch a pickup of only about a half yard. And the Browns are going to punt.
I'm going to make sure I have my notes for Tuesday. Hey, Harris, let's go. Let's go.
Behind him now in the pecking order. That has been a big story here. A lot of people clamoring to see Shador at some point.
Stefanski is intimidated by time. I'm coming with facts. Harris, let's get it. I'm glad that Jamari Thrash is getting some playing time. Me too. Got to get those receivers out there.
Cleveland franchise, so interesting, fascinating to cover. 20-46 as we play early stages of this 4th quarter in Cleveland. Corey Bojorquez. Washington is going to signal fair catch, and beautifully done. Donovan McMillan.
Man, Mary Kay is all over the place. Mary Kay also said she would draft Shador at number 2 and then trade up and draft another QB at the beginning of the 2nd round. Like, Mary Kay, she switched up because she's the one who was pushing Shador's behind, so far behind. Now she's talking about Shador might be what the offense needs, his elite accuracy and all these things. And it's like, did you watch Shador? Did you believe he was capable? What's making you switch up now? Now that Dylan Gabriel is not doing what y'all said he could do, now y'all switching up on him? Come on, man. Only 7 yards running in the 2nd half. Wow. Yeah. Marie, you know they know what you're doing. They're not going to let you beat them on the ground. Has DG thrown over a pass over 20 yards in this game? No, I don't think he's thrown over 20 yards. Njoku and Larvidan out those hospital balls last week for Dylan. Yeah, Njoku's still out. Gage actually got in on kick returns. Y'all just happen to play the worst team in the NFL today. Be happy it ain't y'all. I don't disagree with you. I think that's facts. Well, DG better enjoy this win because the next game is over. Yeah, it's not. I've been looking at the the Patriots. It's not going to be the same. Listen, DG have not helped this game at all. Am I the only one to see this? Jermaine, you are not the only one. This is definitely, he got an A on the group assignment when he did not do anything. Dolphins offense is not sacking today. They sorry too. Yeah, the Dolphins are out of there. Van, don't be fooled by the okie doke. Yeah. Mary Kay, man, she bad at her job. That's a real DEI hire. Mary Kay is just a microphone for insiders for the Cleveland Browns. She's not giving analysis. She's not saying anything with how she views it. It's the same way with Jason Lloyd. Jason Lloyd never says, I believe this. He says the Browns would do this. I can see the Browns doing this. They're doing this because this. Jason Lloyd never stands on anything he says. He just flip-flops all over the place. A QB who is not allowed to throw, he should be ashamed of himself. That's a fact. DG has 91 passing yards currently. Yeah, low. Just think, the losing team, Tua has 89 passing yards, and he's on the losing team. The Jets coach will be fired. I agree with that as well.
Comments.
Aaron Glenn is in over his head.
This is not how they drew it up, certainly. And they got 12 and change left to do something about it. 24-6. Pitch play. Achane. And a lone bright spot offensively till this point. And Archie, again, you just start to think about what this team has in front of them. You're staring down the barrel of a 1-6
I'm trying to see the score on that Philly versus Minnesota game. I'm seeing a highlight. Oh, they still in this 5-point game? Oh, and they in the red zone?
I've never been a big strength of schedule fan because I think every team is hard to beat. But when you look at that schedule,
I like Kevin O'Donnell too.
Buffalo, Washington. It's not going to get any easier from this point forward.
Randy Irvin, according to you, DG should just quit and go home.
Fisher's going to whistle the play dead. A couple of flags thrown. Potential false start here.
Randy Irvin, just go based on what I say. I think I speak pretty clearly. You don't have to make up what you think I'm saying. Just go based on what I say. I said people are going to speak highly on Dylan Gabriel after this game. That's a fact. They are. Just go based on what I say. Don't play the. So what you really mean is. Yeah, just go based on what I say.
To try and ignore all that chatter.
Dede Bradley Chubb said, even some of my teammates asking me about the trade rumors as they try to block it all out.
DG is fool's gold. Face it, Kevin. I think this game is fool's gold. I think this entire game is fool's gold.
Dealing with some of the swelling in his knee.
G. Bush runs a masterclass, over 7,000 viewers. I watch G. Bush. I like G. Bush. I think G. Bush is really getting to.
Really, that's exactly what you
he's coming to similar points as me.
How instinctive he is.
After the game, I'm going to play a clip that I said a couple weeks ago, and it's very similar to G. Bush's sentiments that he said yesterday. I get the Browns a C on the whole. O-line is terrible. If this was anyone but the Dolphins, it would be another L. Welcome to the Joneses. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. Another interception. Man, oh, man. They sent that blitz. People are going to be so upset when DG is still on this team 5 years from now as a backup. I think it'll. I think how they view it will kind of fall off. I don't think it'll stay like that. Yes, we are waiting for Shador to get in. I'll answer for a lot of us. DG ain't it. Yeah, if you ask me, do I think DG is good? I'm not going to tell you yes. Like, so, I mean, I agree with you, Maria. It's like for some reason, people think that somebody can't view things outside of how you view it. And then they ask like a rhetorical question or, like a hypothetical. It's like, you don't got to do that. Just if you believe in DG, stamp it. Put your name on it. The same way I believe in Shador. I stamp it. I put my name on it. It's simple. We are back in the Wildcat. Quinshon Judkins, his third touchdown of the day.
Touchdown number 3 for the rookie. And the Cleveland Browns pouring it on here in the 4th.
All right. Randy Irvin, you can do whatever you want. I got an open door policy. You can walk into the stream and stay, or you can walk out the stream and leave. I don't subscribe to telling people what to do, what to think, and what to say. I don't subscribe to that. I don't tell people what to say in the comments. People don't tell me what to say. Like, I don't subscribe to that. We are adults. People have the option and the right to believe what they want to believe. So the people who come in and just want to say, you want to regulate what everybody else is doing, you want to be the line leader for the group, this is not the place for that. This is the place where everybody is entitled to free thought and everybody is entitled to speak how they want to think. Nobody requested a line leader. Nobody requested a band leader where everybody has to say and view things the same way. This is not the place. This is not how I run it. This is not how I get down. If that's not for you, there's plenty other places you can be besides here. You got the option to be wherever you want to be. I'm not forcing you to be here. You can be wherever you want. I'm not that person. Kevin Stefanski is going to put Sanders in until 2 minutes at all to get DG numbers up. He's trying to get them. Judkins in the defense carrying the Browns on their backs. Great job, Judkins in the defense. There you go. It's a fact. Everybody can see it. Jason just a talking head. I agree. Jason is always talking out of both sides of his mouth. Future of the NFL, no QB. Actually, this is throwback. All this Wildcat they running in the red zone. This is taking it back to Randy. You got your attention. You feel better? I just gave you 20 seconds. Do you feel better now, Randy? All this Wildcat is actually taking it back to the early 2000s. This reminds me so much of the Miami Dolphins. It's kind of funny that they're running all this Wildcat on Miami. Minnesota is back in the game, 19-21. They just kicked the ball off to Philly. So
play your game.
Miami Dolphins are in turmoil after today. I agree. Definitely trying to stay relevant.
The passion, the togetherness. That's what our fans are.
Who do the game balls go to? Game balls go to Quinshon Judkins, Tyson Campbell, and man, it's hard to pick one more person off that defense. Because it could be Grant Delpit with his safety blitzes. Also his stop on when they went for it on fourth down. Man. It's tough to pick a third person for the game ball. I just got to give it to the whole defense. I got to go Quinshon, Tyson, and the whole defense. Cause it's hard to pick one person off the defense because Shelby Harris been having a good game. Miles has been having a good game. It's so many people. It's so many people having a good game that it's hard to just pick three.
As Miami gets it back.
All right, Miami got the ball back. Let me hit up some of your comments. 2 or 3 interception at the 5-yard line. Gator Browns will score. Yeah. I appreciate that, Ms. Brown. What am I? Going to give the third ball to Miles to being a leader on and off the field. Yeah, that's why I said, like, Miles had the game. It's a lot of people. I wouldn't argue with giving it to Miles. I wouldn't argue with it at all.
It's been a disaster.
High catch. Making that time by Westbrook Akine off the left arm of Tua. Arch, what have you seen from this Cleveland defense?
I've seen him fly around. You see Myles Garrett end his sack drought. Trying to get the ball out. Rayshon Jenkins popping it up. Tyson Campbell with the finish. And then here, out of his end zone. Beautifully designed pressure.
That's why it's crazy that everybody spent the whole weekend talking about Miles saying that the offense needs to score points and that he was frustrated. Yeah. I don't rock with Mary Kay like that. Another interception. Ronnie Hickman with the interception.
There is a penalty flag thrown in the offensive backfield.
Dang. This might.
Off by Ronnie Hickman. Let's see if it's going to stick.
Let's see what the penalty is.
Early on the field was an interception. Holding by the offense.
Another interception.
It's wins ball, first down.
Arch, one of the.
So then you got to look at it. Ronnie Hickman got his interception. Tyson Campbell got his interception. It's hard. It's hard to pick. The whole defense is balling out. The whole defense is balling.
To hold him off and just really a beautiful job. Tua just throws it blind, but Hickman leading that.
Big dog. Dylan ain't do nothing. Yeah, he just on long for the ride today. A good game. There was no competition. Yeah, Miami is in way more turmoil than I thought. I thought they would have a little bit more life to them, but it's a wrap. It's a wrap in Miami. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. They just got to start over. Dylan Gabriel got no TDs. Yards, I think he's sitting at right about probably 100. So let's check out his box score. Dylan Gabriel has 91 yards. Minnesota getting handled. Score doesn't show the real game. Yeah, I just been watching the little highlights on the I've been watching the highlights on the red zone. I haven't watched it closely. 12 need to head to Miami. Yeah, Mike McDaniels is he gonna lose his job because of Tua. The plan was to keep Joe till now, but he was bad. Kevin wanted to debut Dylan for this game. I agree with that. Scrub team isn't raining. It might be. It don't look like the rain is making a difference. They just not good. Miami just not good. I mean, I've seen some bad football being a Browns fan. This looks like the Cleveland Browns actually. Hey, mix C, little bit. The little bit is taking me out. Little bit is gonna send in the pressure and talk about how he's a serious QB. Is today's win more because Jenkins' running ability, Dylan Gabriel's throwing ability, the 4-yard out. I thought they hyped up the win more. It doesn't seem like the wind has been catching balls and nobody's throwing it deep, so it's hard to determine if the wind has been a factor. If those penalties in the first quarter didn't go for the Browns, this game would have been different. Jermaine, I agree with you. We can say what we want about Dylan. At least he hasn't thrown 3 interceptions. You got me on that one, Jeffrey. You got me on that one. AJ Brown TD. I didn't post links, just using Speaks prior to this post. Yeah, my bad. Tiberius, it's a bot. Sometimes my bot get a little aggressive, so that could be what it is. So my bad about that. Yeah, the Dolphins haven't been able to move the ball downfield.
3 picks as Judkins is buried.
Oh, you called it right up now. AJ Brown, touchdown. And they just showing it right now in the red zone.
After what happened last week.
Yeah.
27-19. Yeah, Mary Kay, she out there. Tua playing like a tuna fish casserole. Yeah. Who's the quarterback in Vikings? Carson Wentz. The times I've looked up.
As you thought it was last week, it's going to get louder. I think it bears watching, how the guys in the locker room, how everybody handles the next couple weeks, because this is the time, and I've been on teams like this before. I've been on teams that have been able to turn things around. I've been on teams that haven't. This is the time where
he's throwing it deep. Let's see.
Gabriel taking a shot, looking for Judy, and it falls incomplete.
Flag on the play. What's the flag? Yeah, Tua is cooked.
I thought Jones made early contact on Judy, not looking for the football.
Anyway, coach must go. A win is a win, sure, but we're beating a team with no heart. I totally agree with that. This is the most people I had in the chat, so I'll just make something very clear so y'all know where I stand. I want them to start over. The whole front office. I want the coach gone. I want Andrew Berry gone. I want the coaching staff gone. I only want to keep Jim Schwartz. So tomorrow's show, I'll be live 10:30 a.m. I'll be breaking down how I want to rebuild the Browns. This win does not change how I view the Browns. I know it'll change it for other people. It won't change it for me. It won't change it for me. to the casserole recipe, Miami worse than the Browns. That's a fact. I didn't think it could get worse than the Browns, but whatever Miami is, that's what they are. Playing a team worse than you and you win, is that something to cheer about? Yeah, I don't think it's nothing to cheer about. That's why I just got to state the facts. This don't mean nothing. I still want the Browns to blow this thing up and start over.
Have the big plays, and now you have the
and they playing aggressive. They trying to go for it on 4th and 5.
You adapt as a head coach, and to me that bears worth a lot.
All right, they just took the penalty to get it back 5 yards from when they punt. Tua are going to get his coach fired. I agree. Y'all might win 3 games again this year. Yeah, if we don't get Shedeur in there at least the last 5 games, it could get bad. It could get bad because when the Raiders are getting dogged by the Chiefs. When you field a team as bad as how Miami is playing, anybody could have beat the Dolphins today. Like, I don't even think the Browns really did that many special things. I think the Browns saw a team that they could beat and said, yes, we're going to beat them. Yeah, I still think Kevin should be fired. The Titans fired their coach with the same exact record. Yeah, I agree. Shedeur chilling with his $4 million. A good team would have been up 65 points. You are right. Tua needs to be traded. Hey, nobody want to touch Tua contract. Who is your favorite cornerback in Browns history? Man, that's a good one. That's a good one. Man, it's hard to pick one. Denzel Ward is up there. Joe Hayden is up there. Just from when I've been able to really watch football and remember it, I would say just out of the last few, those are the ones I really, really like. They got Quinn Ewers in the game? Oh, it's bad. Quinn Ewers in the game. Let me get the volume on.
When he decided to make him active.
Ewers to the air, his first shot.
Oh my goodness.
So Ewers, the young man, the rookie, 7th round pick out of Texas.
Yeah, you had so many. How can you pick? Yeah, it's tough. Is there a bye week for the Browns? The Browns bye week is after next week. So next week the Browns play the Patriots. After that, they're on the bye week.
I'm really glad he decided to call his interception defenses today. I think he's been keeping those in his back pocket.
Ewers from the gun gets it to Westbrook Akine, and he is gang tackled. Yeah, I have to say that was my favorite part of our.
Another problem, the crowd gonna go crazy when they put 12 in. Let's see if they put them in. Another problem with the Dolphins is they don't stretch the ball downfield. So this is a mirror image of why the Browns have problems. When the Browns are losing and they don't throw the ball downfield, then you end up in situations like this. Charmaine, what's going on? Charmaine, I know you liked that game yesterday. You saw our squad win 34-0. Let's get the sound up, see what they're talking about.
Football is loose. Dolphins are going to recover.
Man, this is just a bad team.
By Miami continues.
Mason Graham collapsed the pocket.
3 and out. It's a loss of 3.
And the details.
As a lifelong 70 years Brown fan, I hope you're right about Sanders. Also, as a Browns fan, I'll take the win and like it. Hey, feel how you feel, Randy. I'm taking the win. I'm just not going to. I'm not going to turn a blind eye to who made the difference in the game. No Tyreek. Yeah, without Tyreek not being able to stretch the field deep, I don't know why they don't use Waddle to stretch the field deep. He has speed as well. So I don't know what they're doing in Miami. So now everybody wants to keep Coach Kevin Stefanski. Now, unreal. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why they want to keep him. I don't want to keep him. I bet you Tua is over there blaming everybody but himself. Miss Brown, you funny. 12 ain't coming in. You won't see him next few games. Kevin said no. Yeah, it's looking like that. Don't leave our special teams. Yes, that's a fact. That return fumble that they caused changed the game early. So you are right, Mongo.
It's been a fun journey.
My favorite, just you didn't ask. I wish Jameis wins.
Ford, yes. Ford needs to go.
Hard to argue. Can you name all of them?
Would you remember?
Water the truth. He had a good QB. The game would be different. I totally agree.
We did?
Yeah, Charmaine, DJ ain't it.
How do you not know?
Yeah, Charmaine, I was talking about Ohio State when I was saying that, Charmaine. I was talking about Ohio State Buckeyes.
I believe Kevin. I mean, it was a lopsided score. I think it was 31-7. Browns didn't score until late in the fourth quarter, and then Kevin Hogan comes in. I think he threw 6 passes. How's that for recall?
Fun little stroll down. It's been a fun
running game of saving the Browns. Yeah, all 3 phases saved the Browns today.
I enjoy. Listen, like I said, my in-laws live around here. I enjoy Cleveland and the fine folks. Hasn't always been the best brand of football, but
I'll tell y'all, I am very surprised that in this game with this score, with Miami not being able to move the ball, they are still throwing the ball. This is where you just chew the clock, you run a 4-minute offense, and you just burn the clock down. I am really surprised they are throwing the ball right now. Quinshon Junkin is saving the Browns. Yeah, definitely. Beast of a game. Defense had a game. Special teams. I've been calling special teams out. So whoever corrected me about the special teams, you are right. You are right. Yeah, it's very surprising they're throwing the ball now. I don't understand it. Like, you just burn the clock and run the ball. Like, their offense can't do anything, and now you throw the ball? I haven't seen Shador warming up. Yeah, the Dolphins tapped out. Dolphins tapped out a long time ago. They not putting up no fight in this.
Plays clean.
Oh, big dog, it was you. Yeah, it was you was right. You said they're gonna throw it late, and just 100% right.
One of the good guys, obviously one of the offensive minds of the league.
I'm surprised because it shows it very clear that they are doing things to make him look better.
If they ever needed a day like this was it. Week 7 at 1-5.
Like, why are we not just burning the clock right now? Like, this makes no sense. Burn the clock. We can win this game blindfolded. I agree.
Comes down to it. The Browns, the Bengals playing for a wild card with Joe Flacco leading the way.
It's different expectations for QB3 versus QB5. Yeah, I agree with that.
I think if the playoffs are anywhere in the conversation for Cleveland fans, they'll take it no matter who they're going to face potentially. As we will see Joe Flacco next week in Cincinnati, Bengals and the Jets.
We'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna get to see Shador soon. I think we're a couple weeks away.
3rd and 7. Gabriel takes a snapshot of the defense from Anthony Weaver. From the gun, Gabriel sidestepping. He's going to take a sack. They've done a good job protecting him as Jalen Phillips finally gets to the quarterback. 2nd sack of Gabriel. That's been another.
It should be around 3 minutes left in this game. They should be burning the clock. Miami is not having a fight. Miami took that sack because it was in front of them. Why are they not just burning the clock? This is crazy. Like, why is he doing this? This what makes it obvious that you're trying to put him in a light to make him look better. Why are we not running the ball? They just dragging it.
Collectively. But I really like what I've seen in a quarterback just playing in his 3rd start of his NFL career.
Borges punt out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't know who would trade for Dylan Gabriel.
Inside the 10-yard line. Another reminder to keep it here. The State Farm postgame show comes your way next.
Yeah, the stat pattern is wild because they're not going to have a defense for it because when the game is at this point, what winning team is out there trying to get their quarterback stats? Winning teams will be trying to just burn the clock and get the game over with.
Yeah, I'm about. It's about to get serious in the Archuleta house and neighborhood. That Coyote, he messed with the wrong guy. You know what I mean?
First world problems, buddy. Yeah. Did not have that on my bingo card.
Says a man who does not own small dogs. You mess with my dogs, and I'm gonna go John Wick. And those Coyotes, they're gonna have something to say about it. They mess with the wrong guy.
You also have one large dog. I wouldn't want to mess with young Dolce, as we got an injured Miami Dolphin here. Looks like it's the tight end, Julian Hill, as the athletic trainers Mike McDaniel going to come onto the field. Hate to see this down to 3:29 left in regulation.
Big dog, it don't make no sense. We watch too much football. We watch too much football for this game to be playing out like this.
Already without Darren Waller. As Aditi mentioned earlier, pectoral injury ended his day early.
You know, I really thought coming in, I thought we were going to see a good, focused version of the Miami Dolphins.
I hope they didn't say the house of Gabriel.
You know, I was excited. This was a good opportunity.
It's not the house of Gabriel.
Football team that, let's face it,
110 yards at your house? Come on now. I hope the announcers are smarter than that.
You know, maybe not expecting offensive fireworks because of the rain in the first half and all that, but I did not expect them collectively in all 3 phases to make the mistakes that they've made today.
Yeah, say it. They just been bad.
You know, just as you said, Mike McDaniel said that what he really wanted.
They've been bad. I haven't seen a team just look this bad since it was like a Browns team looking this bad. This team looks really bad. Yeah, this look bad for the Dolphins, really bad.
As his team will be sitting at 1-6.
Man, Aditi, you got so much to say. We're not trying to hear that.
If it hasn't already, play action from yours. Fires towards the sideline for Waddle, and he takes a hard hit. Well played by Trey Avery, and Waddle is still down.
Man, these quarterbacks who are throwing the ball high, setting their receivers up, is just crazy. Wow. 13 pro count. I just seen that pass play that Hutchinson caught for the touchdown. That was a great Hockenson caught for the touchdown. That was a great catch. That was a great catch. Man, he face masked him and everything. These quarterbacks throwing the ball high, setting these receivers up to get hurt is crazy. It's crazy. They have to protect their receivers. Your receiver is trusting that you're not putting them in a bad spot. Beast, that's a fact. Teams who aren't in turmoil, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna just say, you're not gonna beat us running the ball. That's what the Steelers did. You can easily get Stefanski to move off of running the ball. Oh, that's coming back. That's not gonna be a touchdown for Hockenson. That's coming back. That ball definitely moved. I don't think that's gonna be a touchdown. I think they're taking that back. Yeah, I definitely think they're taking that back. Oh, Dawn, I don't think it's raining no more. I don't think like the weather cleared up, but I don't think it's raining no more. Yeah, DG was throwing crazy hospital balls last week. Wide receivers are the assets. Okay, I agree with that, Michael. Yeah, I think that Hockenson TD is coming back. They're still reviewing it now, but once I saw the replay of it, I don't think that's gonna stand. It looks like it moves once the ball hits the ground, and he has to adjust his hand. So I don't think that's gonna be a catch.
Jalen Waddle still in considerable pain. Was able to walk off on his own power. I hope Archie just got the wind knocked out of him. You know what that feels like. 3rd and 8. Ewell's going to work from the gun. Again, Tua Tagovailoa pulled by Mike McDaniel with this game.
Yeah, Beast. I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch that Giants game too. I think they play at 4:05, if I remember correctly.
We'll see what McDaniel does here, deep on their side of the field as they pick up only 4 yards.
TD reverse for the Vikings. Yeah, as soon as I saw the replay, 13 pro cow, I didn't think it was a touchdown. I didn't think it was.
The MD of the league with everything they had. And fast forward to where they sit right now.
Yeah, it's going to be a different story when you go against a competent team. Way to go, Dylan. You had an amazing game. The Browns are so proud of you. Said no one. Big dog, you funny. The score is 31-6, Sabrina. The Browns are winning 31-6 in the fourth quarter. They say Shador is warming up on the sideline. Let's see what happens. I want them to keep DG in. Don't give Shador garbage time. Yeah, and, you know, you didn't have them throwing the ball and all this stuff. Like, don't bring him in now.
And what is a 31-6 lead for Cleveland?
Man, it's crazy. Mike McDaniels, he has the look of defeat on his face. Like, he knows it's over. They missed Tyreek Hill. Yeah, Tyreek Hill is a weapon that is a threat to the defense to go deep at any moment, so they have to play totally different. Dolphins are worse than the Jets. McDaniel will get fired soon. I can't even argue with you. Yeah, it's a wrap for him. The quarterback that you tie your name and legacy to as a coach is who you get graded by. That's why everybody is grading Kevin Stefanski with Dylan Gabriel, because this is the guy that Kevin Stefanski tied his name to. Mike McDaniels came into the league, he got promoted to head coach, or they hired his head coach, I should say, and he tied his name to Gabriel or Tua and was like, I can win with Tua. The problem is you got to keep winning with Tua. You can't just win and then keep losing. The reporters and beat writers get mad when you say DG throwing hospital balls. I saw that, and I broke down a clip of Tom Brady explaining how it's on the quarterback to protect his receivers, and he wasn't doing that. Go Quinshawn, you had an amazing game. That's a fact. Quinshawn was balling out today. T Hill at home laughing, oh Lord, I'm glad I ain't there. Tyreek has been showing his frustration for 2 years, saying, hey, this ain't it. He's been saying, hey, this ain't it. Brian Flores, he needs his vindication. Y'all know Brian Flores, that's my, right behind Swartz, that's my favorite defensive coordinator. Brian Flores said he's not it a long time ago. They said he said, hey, he ain't it. So I want everybody who was, when Tua had those 2 good years, I want everybody to apologize to Brian Flores because he called it out early. He called it out super early. The Jets are still in this game. I lied. It looked like Jimmy Horn just got a one-handed interception. The Panthers turning it around. Yeah, Quinshawn, he definitely carried the team. Man, this is a great play by Horn for the Panthers. The receiver is holding on his arm. He gets a one-handed interception. Oh, he caught it with 2 hands, and then he held it with 1 hand. Just a great play. Up by 25 points, and the starting QB has 116 passing yards. Insane. Those are high school numbers. I can't argue with you there.
31-6. As the Browns about to get their second win of the year. Quinn Ewers just tosses it up, giving his dash. And they come down with the football. Eskridge.
What a catch.
I don't know how he caught that. That was a crazy catch right there.
Quinn Ewers getting his first snaps in the NFL, going from number 3 quarterback to the number 2 man today. They pick up 40.
Yeah, that should have been a pick.
And D. Eskridge.
I don't know who number 28 is for the Browns. I haven't seen him as much. Party in Cleveland tonight. I think they're gonna be happy. They're gonna be happy in the locker room to get a win. They definitely needed this. You're right, Ms. Brown. No, you're thinking of Jimmy Horn. They also, the Panthers have a. The Panthers have a DB, number 8. His last name is Horn.
But Mike McDaniel, maybe something to do with the rain, perhaps.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
But giving the young rookie 7th-round pick out of Texas a shot. And Arch, look, this on paper certainly a really hard schedule. Baltimore, we know they're having some issues, but there are no gimmies over the next 4 weeks.
Listen, J.C. Horn is the DB I'm talking about, number 8 for the Panthers. Oh, Jimmy Horn is.
This is supposed to be an easy game, and the score is 31-6. So I don't like the whole strength of schedule. The bottom line is it doesn't really matter who they play. The mistakes and the sloppiness and the inattention to detail, it doesn't matter who you play. It's just not going to go.
Let them put Shador, put in Sanders. So next week when DG sucks, he better put Sanders in. I think the opportunity to push Shador was versus Pittsburgh. I think they missed the opportunity there to put him in. If he comes in now, they're just going to run the ball 3 times. It's kind of like mocking him to put him in right now. No, Marie, it wasn't just you. It was somebody else said it too. It was Mixu. Mixu said it. I'm like, nah, they got a DB. Y'all had me thinking I was tripping. I'm like, hold on now.
As we look ahead to what the Browns have in front of them,
they have Andy Dalton in at quarterback. Why is Andy Dalton in at quarterback for Carolina? Man, I got to catch up on everything that happened today. Dolphins might have a quarterback controversy. Yeah, the controversy is they don't have one.
Boy, we were just with them last week, and
I'm glad Quinn Ewers getting some time.
And New England Patriots, that is, you can see.
Yeah, this is when you get them in so they can get some reps. Like, this is a perfect time. This is why last week versus Pittsburgh would have been a good time to get Shador reps.
Great fun battle between Jim Schwartz, Josh McDaniels, and Drake May.
All right, there we go. Del Verne. I thought I was tripping. I'm like, I thought I was tripping. Oh, no. What is this?
Taken by the offensive lineman Larry Borum. It was Jerome Baker who came with a heavy.
Man, if you've been a Browns fan for a long time and you're watching this game and you see how ugly this game is, this is how a lot of Browns games used to look back in the day. This game looks so bad for Miami. Bryce got an ankle injury. Okay, got it. I was wondering. I was like, dang, why is... I look up and Andy Dalton is throwing an incomplete pass. I'm like, what has happened? I bet Kevin Stefanski will praise GV for playing an efficient game today just to boost his ego. I agree. I think he will. A win is a win. Hey, a win is a win. I can't take it away from him. So 31 points and Dylan gets no credit. Dylan get a little bit of credit, but I mean, if we was going down the list, I think he is number 8 or 9 on the list of people who get credit more. Yeah, it's way too late to put him in. Like, you got less than a minute to go. They just gonna run the ball 3 times. Like that. That's just like that's kind of mocking him to put him in now at this point. Yeah, Dylan. I mean, I guess the best thing we can say for Dylan is he didn't turn the ball over. But if I was going down the list, he would be very low on that list. Kamala, you got a parlay. You need 16 more yards. I don't even. Let me see if HN is even in the game.
I signal 30 seconds on the play clock. Let's go.
And very similar to his pop, who of course was one of the all-time great referees. He doesn't.
Quinshon Judkins gets the credit. That's a fact.
He's in great shape. One of the premier referees.
And the Jets put Tyrod in. Yeah, just crazy. These other.
As this crew has been all over it. And Cleveland again coming heavy. Donovan McMillan.
I don't think HN is gonna get those yards.
Jim Schwartz's defense.
Okay. I don't know why these people keep coming in being line leaders. Right to bear arms. Be happy with the win is the main thing. People have the freedom to think and feel and voice it how they want. Like, you don't have to be the line leader and say everybody clap it up for Dylan Gabriel. Like, what are we doing? You can feel how you feel. The defense made 2 touchdowns for the team. I agree. That's not even game manager stats. Yeah, see, look, they just kneeling the ball down. So to bring Shedeur in at the last minute and have him kneel the ball down, that's borderline disrespect to even have him do that. You might as well just have Gabriel go out and kneel the ball. I think it was curious. That they were throwing the ball so late in the game, but hey, make your guy look good. Make your guy look good. I'm more intrigued with how people are going to talk about Myles Garrett, because I think the way that people spoke on Myles Garrett towards the end of the week and this weekend was foul. I think it was foul how they spoke on Myles Garrett. That's more so what I'm looking at. One thing Shedeur was right about, the QB play this year is mediocre at best. He can outdo a few guys. I agree. I don't think it was nothing wrong when Shedeur said that, because if the QB play was so good, why would all of these teams be switching QBs in and out and all this stuff? The Raiders are just as awful as the Dolphins today. Yeah, Geno Smith has been bad this year. Very bad. Misty Johnson, shout out to you. I appreciate that. Dylan Gabriel didn't do much. You got the first downs when needed. That's about it. I agree. Like, it's almost like what people want you to do is say, oh, the Browns won, so Dylan Gabriel played good. It don't have to be that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't hurt the team. If you ask me that, did he hurt the team? No, he didn't hurt the team. But who in their right mind would say Dylan played better than Quinshon Judkins? Who would say Dylan played better than anybody on the defense? Who would say he played better than Grant Delpit, who Grant Delpit had a sack? Grant Delpit is the one that forced the turnover on the kickoff return. Like, you don't have to hype him up like he did more than what he did. He did what he did. Like, Dylan, here's your cookie for not turning the ball over. But when it comes down to it, it's so many people who make game-changing plays, and it's not an issue to say that they did more to him. You know what I'm saying? It's simple. It's, you know what I'm saying? We every time the Browns win, we don't have to pick every player and say they play well. That's not gonna be it. I got one cookie for Dylan Gabriel for not turning the ball over. Here's your cookie for not turning the ball over. Nobody with football acumen. That's a fact. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. It's a fact. Michael. The Cleveland local media will. Oh, Tony, I know they will. I know they will. Big deal. He didn't turn the ball over. Shout out to you, Gigi. I appreciate you for always tapping in. Shout out to all of y'all for tapping in. Shout out to all of y'all for the live. Shout out to Miss Jones for sponsoring. Miss Jones got me walking away like this today.
I got money.
Hitting the PayPal. So shout out to everybody for being here. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all tap in. Tomorrow, I'll be going live at 10:30 a.m. We will be breaking down the game some more. We'll be talking about the things of the week. We'll be reacting to the media, overreacting to what Dylan Gabriel did in this game. We will see if the media is like Michael and they say Dylan Gabriel's the reason they won, or if they'll really look at the game and say, hey, the defense, the special teams, they all made plays. Pick sixes were reasons why the Browns won. We're going to see. We're going to see tomorrow. So I appreciate y'all. This has probably been my best live stream I've had, just with the sheer number of viewers, with the sheer number of comments. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all making this thing worth it. Shout out to Marie. Everybody shout out to Marie holding it down. Shout out to her. Shout out to y'all. This has been great. I'm going to go get me something to eat. I'll make sure I bake Dylan Gabriel a fresh chocolate chip cookie for what he did in this game. So y'all can hold me to it. I appreciate all of y'all. Thank you for coming back. Like, comment, subscribe. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace.